this is Kyle Juszczyk, and you're listening to Nothing But Niners.
This is Charles Haley. You're listening to Nothing But Niners.
So now they've got to start from deep in their end of the field, and Garrison Hurst takes advantage of it. He takes the handoff, hits to his right, gets to the 20. He's in the 30. Needs to cut in. He comes back up the right sideline. Breaks a hard tackle. Comes down to the 30. He's down to the 20. He's down to the 10. He's down to the 5. He's in the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown 49ers. 96-yard run from scrimmage. Garrison Hurst breaking tackle after tackle. Swings down the sideline. Throws off bodies like clothes after a marathon.
Young, back to throw. In trouble, he's going to be sacked. No, gets away. He runs, gets away again, goes to the 40, gets away again, to the 35, cuts back at the 30, to the 20, the 50, the 10. He died. Touchdown 49ers.
Third down, Alex takes the snap. Alex looking, got it, post, and it's good. Touchdown! Touchdown 49ers!
It is second down. Ryan takes the snap, throws the slant to the left side. It's Russell intercepted. The 49ers pick it, and Navarro Bowman is redemption. Navarro Bowman running it all the way for the touchdown. No greater redemption.
The San Francisco 49ers. We can do whatever we want.
Click, click, boom. What's going on, faithfuls? It's your boy Mike from the Nothing But Niners crew, and we are back, man. Guys, it's time to overreact, but this show is going to be a little bit different. I didn't get to see much of the game. I don't know what happened other than us getting blown out. Apparently, it was pretty bad. I see a lot of people upset with the defense. I see a lot of people upset with the offense. I see some people saying that it was embarrassing. So this is what we're going to do today, man. I'm going to let you guys come on and sound off, all right? I'm going to post a link in here on video in the video, right? You guys can jump in here, click the link, you can join. If you don't want to be on camera, that is okay. Use the same link. Just do not get the camera on there. Yes, Wayne was hacked. I texted him. He said that I asked if he wanted to join. He said, "Bro, I'm working on getting my channel back." So I don't know. I can't get anyone to, I'm not forcing anybody to come on, guys. So I don't know exactly what you guys want me to do. This is the link here. If you guys want to join, that is it right there. All right. Let me see here. I will post it in the other chat just in case they decide they want to come in, but I wouldn't hold my breath if I were you guys. Let me see here. Where the heck is it? All right, here it is. Let me post it in there. Yeah, I haven't heard from anybody, guys. I just got home from the party. So here we go. All right. I see some people jumping in here. All right. So y'all keep on coming in here. We're going to get you guys in. I want to talk to you guys. I want to hear you guys air your grievances. Let me know exactly how you felt about today. And I'm not here to debate anything. Like I said, I didn't get a chance to see too much of anything. 1 second I saw us with a 3rd and short. Then it was like a false start. We couldn't get it. And then we were 4th down. We're in field goal range. Then there was a penalty, and then we had to punt the ball. And then after we punt the ball, we recovered the ball, and I'm like, oh, we're going to score because we were like right there. And apparently we didn't score. Not only didn't we score, there was a turnover or something. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. So let's see what people have to say. Brian, you ready down there? All right, Brian says he's ready. We're going to pop Brian in here in a couple of seconds here. Here we go. Brian, what's going on, man? What the hell happened today?
Man, you know what? We were in the red zone, and we didn't get touchdowns. And to me, Jimmy is the reason that we didn't get touchdowns. I felt that, Kyle, he called a game. He called a good game plan in the red zone, and we didn't execute. When you don't execute in the red zone, you're not going to win against this team. You're not going to. You have to score in the red zone. Interception before the half. That can't happen. It can't happen. Your defense can only do so much. Your offense has to play better. It has to play to a higher level. And if they don't play to a higher level, you're not going to win.
Hey man, look, I don't know. For those of you who don't know, I was at a 70s party today, so this is my get up along with some weird funky ass glasses, right? So I don't normally dress like this. I got on some tight ass bell bottoms and everything. But you're saying that the defense can only do so much. Did the defense show up at all today? Now, listen, said it going into the game. They don't lose back to back. Andy Reid with the Chiefs has not lost back to back games. So I didn't think that we were going to win this game. I didn't think it was going to look that bad though. Like, did the defense even show up? Like, I know Jimmy Ward was back. I know Travarius Ward was back. You know, and they had been going for a while. I kind of expected some rust. Did they target those guys? Did they pick on those guys? Like, who was allowing all the points?
But in the first half, they showed up. They had the interception with Hufanga. We were in the 30 to 20. We were in the 20 to 30 yard line. In that time, we should have scored a touchdown. And one thing that I was upset with Kyle was when we had those opportunities in the first half, why was McCaffrey not in the red zone? You know, like if you're saying like, you know what, red zone packages, okay, so we're in the red zone several times in the first half. He should have been in there, whether it's a decoy or whether he gets the ball, put him in there. And we didn't do that in the first half. You know, that's when I say your defense can only do so much. So in the first half, they played well, but our offense, you have to be explosive, and we're not explosive. You know, like we want to do I formation, when we want to do handoffs with the running back, stuff like that. But in this day and age, you need to spread it out. You have to, and we have the players to do it. But we don't want to do it. We want to go throwback. We want to go in the 90s, early 2000s. We can't do that. We have to evolve. And that's where I fault Kyle. We don't want to evolve as an offense. As a defense, we'll evolve. We'll do that. We'll do big nickel. We'll do all that stuff. But as a offense, we're like Back to the Future.
Now, I saw a clip. It was shared in one of the group chats of Brandon Ayuk saying, "Look, with all the firepower we have, we got to do more than 23 points in a game. Like
exactly,
we have to do better." Now, he didn't call out anybody, right? And I think as offensive players, people are going to assume that he's taking shots at Kyle, the head coach. You know what I mean, Jimmy?
Right.
I don't think it's shots. I think it's disappointed in us. You know what I mean? Like I've been a part of a team, and I'm like, guys, we got to do better. And I'm not pointing the finger at anybody individually. It's we have to do better, right? Even at work, right? I give my guys assignments and they go out and they do their own thing. When the complaints come in, I'll talk to the person individually, like, hey, when you were there, you did X, Y, and Z. But when we have our huddles, when we have our team huddles, it's guys, we have to be better. You guys got to realize that we are the face of the company. We're not the sales team. They work with hospitals and things like that. When we knock on doors, we are walking in someone's house. We are the impression, not the salespeople, not the people on the phone. It's us, right? So they're talking about what's going on the field when he says we got to be better, in my opinion. Just from what I saw in that clip, I haven't seen any pressers or anything. So you guys are filling me in here. I guess my biggest question is, where did it go wrong on offense? Was it another case of a bunch of drops? Was it Jimmy Garoppolo having a bad day, right? Like, what exactly was the issue going out? Like, what? I agree with him. There's too much firepower. Now, I wasn't expecting a lot from Christian McCaffrey today. I don't know what kind of day he had. I'm actually going to pull up the stats as you respond here. But where was the offense today? What exactly was the problem today?
Well, you think about this too, though. So you have Trent Williams and you have McGlinchey coming back from injuries. They're not 100%. I don't care what anybody says. Like when I saw McGlinchey, he was still limping. Even Trent Williams give up a sack in the red zone. That's unheard of. That's unheard of from him in the red zone. So, you know, when you have guys that don't practice continuously every week, you know, you're going to have some issues. So for me, I'd rather have McCaffrey playing the whole game consistently, because the plays that he wasn't in, he could have easily had those handoffs. They had Jeff Wilson in there. Okay, don't get me wrong, he's a great player, but if you're going to do those type of plays, why not play McCaffrey in those plays. Why not? If you're going to do the same thing for Jeff Wilson Jr. Because in this type of game, our offense had to be explosive. We couldn't rely on our defense. As good as our defense is, you have to be explosive on the offense to compete with this type of offense. You can't sit there and play, a stationary game or play a game where, we'll do 20 carries for the running backs and we'll do like 15 passes for the offense. You have to 35 to 40 passes because we know how Mahomes is. He's a great player. I don't care who the defense is. He's going to put up points for their team, and we have to match that. We have to.
So let's talk about the run game. And again, guys, if anybody else wants to join, I will post the link in here again. You guys are welcome to join. You guys are going to talk to me today. You guys can overreact too. Like, Brian, you seem really calm and level-headed. I was expecting some vigor and everything. I was expecting some venom coming today, right? Like that's what I was expecting. I see like Shanahan got to go. He got out coach back-to-back games.
I'm pissed off on the inside, but at the end of the day, it's like me and you, look, we know what type of team that we have. We have talented players, okay, from the offense to the defense. And I'm not giving Shanahan a pass. Everybody wants to say he's a genius. Everybody wants to say he's doing this, but he doesn't expand the offense, and that's what makes me mad. We're in 2022, 2023, where you need to spread it out. You need to put your players in the best position. When I watch Andy Reid today, he put his players in the best position to make plays. And that's what, like, Debo was non-existent today. Non-existent. And that's very frustrating. He's an all-pro player.
Here. It says Debo had 5 receptions today.
No.
Ayuk had 7. Kittle had 6. It looks like the stars were doing their thing. Even Kyle Juszczyk had 3.
We're talking about explosive plays. Explosive plays.
Okay.
Like explosive plays. I'm telling you, if you give a person 1 or 2 touches, 1 out of 2 touches is a touchdown. That's the type of plays that I want from our players. That's the type of players that we have. I don't want slants all the time. I don't want 5-yard from behind the line passes. I want 50-yard touchdowns. I want 60-yard touchdowns. That's the type of plays that we have.
You want to see some explosiveness. We have players that are too good.
Like explosive plays. Like we have those type of players. Kittle, right. And it makes me upset when we don't utilize it. It's very frustrating. Whether the quarterback that we have or not, you have the players to make the plays. And we need to make those plays in the offense because we have decent players that make plays. Look earlier, we're up 10-0. Boom, interception, Afunga. Right off the bat, explosive. Why can't we do that on offense? That's what frustrates me. That's what makes me upset.
What about the run game? I saw Jeff Wilson average more than 7 yards a carry, but he didn't get a lot of carries. He only had 7 attempts. Like, did he have 1 explosive and the rest of them were just blah? Or how did it look?
I mean, it looked good. Like I'm saying, like our run game is on point. Like if they can't stop it, why not go away from it? If they can't stop it, keep feeding them until they stop it. Until they have to force their linebackers to come up. Keep running it. Fuck it. Excuse my language. Screw it.
No. You say what you want to say, man.
Yeah, like if they can't stop it, keep running it until they have to stop it. Then the play action becomes deadly. Then down the field becomes deadly because they can't stop it. But we want to go away from it. And then Jimmy gets pitter patter in the pocket. It's almost like hot potato with the football. As soon as somebody comes in his face, he wants to throw it away, real quick. He doesn't want to take the hit. But when I see Mahomes, he takes the hit. If somebody's in his face, he takes the hit. Whether it's going to be a completed pass or incompleted pass, he takes the hit.
Okay.
Jimmy wants to throw it away on the back foot or do some bull crap. It's like, look, man, you're a quarterback. You have to stay in the pocket. You have to take the hit no matter what. That's your job. If we're on the 5-yard line before the halftime to get some points, whether we get 3 points or not, take the sack. That's 3 points.
Okay.
But you want to throw an interception, so you're taking points away from us. So, those are game changer plays. And I love our team, but to be honest with you, we are a quarterback away from being great. From being great. Not good, great.
All right, man.
And that's what frustrates me as a fan. And just watching from us, like, we have so much skill position players all over the team, offense and defense. But when we don't have a quarterback that doesn't want to make the necessary plays, this is what happens. This is really what happens to us.
It looks like it was a tale of two halves, man. It looks like the first half we were right there in it. It was what 13-14 at halftime,
Right.
And then they just came out and scored. Someone said that they didn't punt all night long.
No, and then think about this coming out of the halftime. We give up a 65-yard kickoff return right off the half. 45 on the punt return on the kickoff return, and then you had Jennings doing the 15-yard penalty out of bounds, way out of bounds. Not even close, way out of bounds. So the mentality.
Okay, I saw a comment that said cut Jennings, so that must be what they're talking about.
Right. So I'm like, knowing the mentality. We had over 10 penalties, over almost 90 to 100 yards.
Mm-hmm.
So like, we're playing undisciplined as a team. And we gave up the most yards since 2017. 500 yards. We ain't given up 44 points in I don't know how long.
Wow. And another game with a lot of penalties too. It looks like we had 10 penalties in this game.
Right. And I'm watching McGlinchey on the right side. He's still limping. He's still struggling. Like, I see him still struggling. Like, so if you have a guy that's not really 100%, and Williams was not 100%, that's where you see the issues. That's where you saw the issues, because our interior was okay.
Yeah.
So you saw Clark. The sacks were on the outside. Clark got one. Jones got one on the outside.
Okay.
Not on the inside, but it was on the outside.
So it's coming from the veterans, the tackles.
They attacked him. So coaching, we got out coached in certain schemes. 3rd and 20, a screenplay to McKinnon on 3rd and 20.
That was the other thing. I saw a 3rd and 20, and they picked up hella yards. Like, that was.
But they targeted both. They targeted his aggressiveness on 3rd and 20. You don't need to rush that quarterback like that. It's 3rd and 20.
Right.
You don't have to go be that aggressive like that. They're not going to sit there and get a first down like that.
Just play the line again, and get them
right.
involved.
3rd and 11, aggressiveness. We got out coached. It wasn't a talent scheme. It wasn't a player scheme. We just got out coached.
Okay. All right, Brian, man. Listen, thanks for jumping in. I'm gonna get to the next one now.
You're welcome. Anytime.
I got Anshul coming in here, 49ers Media now. So, Brian, thanks for jumping in, man. I appreciate it, man.
You're welcome.
All right, be safe, bro.
Later.
All right, it's your time, man. Mike? What's going on, bro? Now you're smiling. Is that a smile to keep from crying? Like, what the hell happened, man? Like, come on, bro.
Nah, it's a smile just because it's good to talk to you, good to see you. It's not even about the guys. It's not even about the game, but I think honestly, defense has been struggling. I mean, even last week, right? Like, it's just I don't think you can rely on the defense anyways every single week. The defense to me was like you said, just a few minutes ago, like. Why would they trying to rush everyone on those, 3rd and 20s? Like, they gave up so many of those, and they just had so many missed tackles too. And I think on offense, like, yes, I know it was Christian McCaffrey's first game and he's only been on the team for like 3 days, but I think you could have used him more because when he was actually in, I thought he was pretty effective and I thought he was playing really, really well. So to me, I think Christian McCaffrey had to be used more.
My bad. There we go. They were 6-9 on third downs. Breezy, when you ready, man. Okay, he said he's ready. We're gonna pop Breezy in here too. All right, so let's get Wayne in here also. Now I know people are expecting vigor and energy from Wayne, but Wayne is not having a good day by any stretch of the imagination. And this has nothing to do with the Niners, but the Niners definitely aren't making it any better. So I want to hear you two. You guys saw the game. I didn't get to see much of this thing. So I don't know. I wasn't expecting a dub, like I said, but I wasn't expecting this. I wasn't expecting it to be this bad. I didn't expect them to come in here and put up that many points on us, right? Like we were touting ourselves as we haven't given up any touchdowns at home, like we're gonna get back to it, right? And I just wasn't there. Wasn't there. So what's going on, man? Y'all go back and forth. I'm here to listen today. I want to listen to what y'all have to say about this game, about the situation, because I think what I'm going to say at the very end is going to be a little bit different. So go ahead, guys. The floor is yours.
I don't know. It seems like when it comes to the 49ers, they just struggle with adjusting, going off script, being consistent, executing. It's mad stuff that the 49ers are struggling with. And I'm not going to say that they didn't have fight in this game, but you had to know, like, this team had to know that they were playing a juggernaut. On offense, they were playing the number one scoring offense in the league, right? And so the defense just found ways to, like, crap in the bed. And it's weird because, like, the offense couldn't figure out ways to put up points when they need to. It's like the timing is just off. Like when the defense is on, the offense is off. And then when the defense is off, the offense all of a sudden got to try to play catch-up ball. And let's just keep it a buck, yo. This team ain't built to play catch-up ball. Like, this team is built to win when they get a lead and they find ways to, like, run long drives, take time off the clock, things like that. You would never thought, Mike, when you go back and rewatch this game, that the 49ers would have lost this game being up 10-0. You would have never thought that they would have ended up losing this game because they forced Patrick Mahomes into mistakes. They got a turnover, right? And then the 49ers were able to capitalize. The 49ers scored the first 3 points. Then they were able to score the next 7 points. So they go up 10-0. I'm not saying that the season is over. The team, when the defense was on, the offense was off. That's the only way I could say. And it's been like that all season. So, like, when the defense played their behinds off, the offense was just off. And then now the offense is starting to get into some type of rhythm, and now the defense can't stop anybody. They can't stop the run. They can't stop the pass. How long are we gonna keep blaming this on injuries and things like that? Whether that's the issue or not, like, come on, man. Like, it just didn't seem that this team, wanted to win today. And, there was referee issues, but then there were just penalty issues, period. Like there was mad calls on the offense and how many penalties, man? I don't have the stats pulled up in front of me. I'm not really even feeling the computer world right now.
10. I got 10 penalties for 80 yards for the Niners. And I mean, I'm hearing that Bosa lined up offsides twice in a row, holding penalties and things like that. I mean, this sounds like it's a discipline thing to me. This is coaching. This sounds like coaching to me. The talent is there. The players that we have, the talent is absolutely there. I just, at some point, we got to say, all right, coaching has to do better. They got to get these guys right. They got to get these guys' minds right, you know. And then I hear you say that, you know, we scored 3, get the ball back, we scored 10. That sounds like we were in the script. Is it that they just can't play outside of scripted plays? We've been saying this for how many weeks in a row now?
I thought that I thought for sure I wanted to see them play off script. So listen, when I tell you that this team just ain't hitting on all cylinders, all right. I watched the offensive line play really well in this game, and then I watched the offensive line play poor. Like, granted, Jimmy made a lot of mistakes, but the offensive line, all of a sudden, I don't know if the defense was just sending more than what they could block. It's not like they were blitzing, they were like getting beat. But Glenchie was getting pushed back the whole game. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see Trent Williams get manhandled, but then again, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I wasn't in the game. I wasn't even watching this shit. I don't even know. All I remember is me cheering, and it was like bittersweet for me because my account was hacked earlier. So I've been trying to figure out, and then I see people in the chat asking me, how can I let this kid hack me? You don't let a hacker hack you. The fuck? I'm trying not to curse on your channel, but yeah, like, you know.
No, it's past 7 minutes. Say what the fuck you want to say.
Like, I mean,
bro.
like, why would I let somebody fucking hack me? And if you knew he was a hacker, then you should have said something. I didn't know he was a hacker. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. They don't say, hey, I'm a hacker. You know what I'm saying? Let me mod your account. That's what happened. So my account is gone. I knew him for about a week, and he was managing my TikTok. He was managing my TikTok account. So that's how that happened. And then he asked, could he put the Nightbot into the chat? And I was like, all right. So when I signed into the Nightbot joint, I made him a moderator, and maybe I don't know. I guess I clicked on some shit. I don't know how he got in. I signed in. I don't know how he got in. Didn't give him a code, didn't give him a password, didn't verify him, didn't do anything. That's what happened. So now the account, it's not gone, but it is what it is. I don't even give a fuck. Like, I don't even care about doing this shit no more. Like, at this point, that's where I am. But anyway, back to the game. It just looked like this team they couldn't fire on all cylinders, bro. And I'm gonna keep it a buck, Mike. It's week 7. We going into week 8 now. And I probably won't pick this team to win another game for the rest of the season until they show me that they could win a game.
I think, I mean, I'm not there. And
I'm there.
Get you.
Because you didn't watch the game, though.
No, I didn't watch the game, but I wasn't expecting a whole bunch this game either. I think the reason I say I'm not there is I think we really need a bye week. We have more home games left than we have road games. And I think once they get Christian McCaffrey really worked in and can start scheming some things up better, I think we see a better offense. Oh, maybe I just hope that. You know what I'm saying?
Can I post this real quick, Mike? I just want to know, like, if I do this, y'all, you know, it was hard getting to that mark for me. The team was pushing. They put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. I'm willing to let that junk go. I guess the only way. I don't want to, but it's the only way. But I I hope we can build it back up. I know it's gonna take time, but anyway, Mike, go ahead. I'm sorry, yo. If Anthony, I see you, bro. If y'all want to all unsub to that joint, be my guest. If I could get it back, y'all can sub back.
Yeah, don't unsubscribe yet, guys. Just, you know, don't click anything that's on there until you hear from Wayne first. You know what I mean? Most of y'all are on his Twitter. Like, don't unsub yet because he might be able to get it back. You know what I mean? The recovery email. There's a couple of different options, but I'm sure Wayne's been trying all that. But don't unsub yet. But in the meantime, I think you still can create one. You know what I mean? And just let people know where it is and start building it back up, man. I mean, we've seen it happen before, and we got your back, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got your back. So we'll do what we have to do. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what it is, bro. You know what it is. Now, 49ers media, on a scale of 1 to 10, how disappointed are you in Kyle?
I'm gonna say like a 8, so pretty disappointing because the thing is, like, all the losses that the Niners have had is not that big of an issue of, oh, Kyle's not calling the right plays or he's not dialing this up. It's like execution wise, because if you look at every single thing that's happened, like even from the Bears game, it's been the penalties. And that's on Kyle Shanahan to make sure that these players do execute and do the right thing. And to me, it's sounding like maybe the Niner, like he's not making that emphasis during the week when they're practicing, because the guys are clearly not executing. That's just a repeating occurrence every single week that they end up losing.
Oh man, this ain't good, man. A lot of people are really mad at Kyle. You know what I mean? This is rough. This is rough, man. This is rough. I said 1 to 10. My man said 100. There's a lot of people that are going to be calling for Kyle's head, and look, I can't be mad at him, right? And then I think it's also the way we lost, right? The score, the final score, and just how we just completely fell apart at the end, right? I feel like with or without Christian McCaffrey, there's already too much talent on this team for us to not be able to score 30 points in the game. If the defense don't get you a pick six, you can't score over 30. That hasn't happened all year long.
Yep.
It hasn't happened all year long. Like something's got to give. Something's got to go. Something's got to. I'm not saying got to go like Kyle's got to go, but something has to change. There has to be some sort of change that has to happen. You know what I mean? Let me see something. Hold on. I'm getting some messages here, guys. You could talk, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, like I think the thing about the offense was like, and this is literally in so many of the games. Like you go to this one guy, like Brandon Ayuk. I've seen him in so many of these games. He's been the guy that's had the best offseason. Even Kyle's said it so many times. You've seen like they go to him in the first drive, or like the first, I'd say 3 drives, and he ends up going there and scoring. Like, why didn't we see that today at all? Why don't we see it being consistent with Brandon Ayuk? Because he's clearly been an impact. What, he had like 2 touchdowns last week, I think, versus the Falcons. He was a big impact. Like, I think Brandon Ayuk has to get the ball more, and Kyle Shanahan needs to stop going away from like a player that's doing really, really well. Because even George Kittle, right? It's like, okay, we'll see him nowhere in the first half, and then it's like we see him in the second half of the game. Why don't we see that also in the first half? So we gotta see. The players gotta. I want to see a full game of those players, and then it's, I think that Jawan, like there's just drops, and to me it's just been execution. Because I think if this team executes, the team's gonna be fine. To me, it's just execution's the biggest problem.
Execution. All right, man. We're gonna try this again, bro. Take 2. All right, let's do this, man. Come on. We're gonna do a take 2 here. I'm gonna go get a drink. We gonna be all right, bro.
Oh, for
We're
sure.
gonna be all right. So look, thank you guys for the super chats. I see a couple of them in here. I'm gonna get a drink, and we're gonna start talking some shit. Once the liquor hit me,
Yo, this team fucking sucks, yo. That's what's wrong.
But the team is too talented.
Fucking sucks. You can't tell me that the team is too talented when they can't fucking pull out a win. I don't give. It doesn't matter who they playing against, bro. Like, you can't tell me, Mike, that this team couldn't beat this Kansas City Chiefs team in the first fucking half, even though they was down by 1 point, and then they just let it go. You shit the bag in the second half. Y'all just let it go, and it started on that kickoff return. All of a sudden, special teams sucked. Like, what is going on? All these coaches need to be fucking checked at the door, yo. Fuck checking the players. Check them coaches when they walk in here. Do they really want to coach? Like, what are we watching here, yo? Like you got these motherfucking kids out here trying to play football, trying to win games, and the coaches ain't put them in the fucking best position to do it. And I'm talking about all the coaches, fucking even D'Amico. He couldn't figure out how to adjust. Everybody held accountable. Everybody. This shit is ridiculous, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. One guy goes out for one play and attests to a big fucking catch by Travis Kelce, and next thing you know, Chiefs march right down the field because you can't figure out how to adjust. Week 7 and we can't adjust. We still dropping passes.
It's a veteran coaching staff too. Like there's no excuse for that shit. Go ahead, y'all talk. I'm gonna go get my drink. Go ahead.
And you know what's crazy to me? You have teams out there that we didn't expect to be this good, and they're looking better than the freaking Niners right now. Like
I
that.
can't figure it
Like
out.
you have the freaking Giants looking better than us. Like you have some of these other teams looking better than the Niners, and it's now week like number 8. You should have been able to figure this out now, because it's like, and I think the one mistake is, and I get it, maybe the Niners, probably wanted to be cautious because they don't want to get injuries. But in the preseason, you should have played some of the starters because it clearly showed that there's been rust. Like, Fred Warner has not looked good at all. And so I think Kyle Shanahan has to, he honestly, I think early on he should have played some of these starters in preseason. And to me, it's just, again, I think it's just execution's the biggest issue, because you literally have a play, even last week, right? Jimmy Garoppolo finds Brandon Ayuk right on the sideline, and then fucking Jake Brendel has a holding call, and then it doesn't count because he holds. And to me, that has literally been the issue every single loss this team has had. And I don't know how you're not able to fix it. Like, there has to be some emphasis during practice or what to get these guys to stop making these stupid mistakes.
Way too many penalties, guys. Way too many for players that have been in the league for several years. Mike, I know your boy is Mike McGlinchey. I know you got a little affinity for him.
No, I defend people when I think that they're being over criticized, right? If he had a bad game, he had a bad game. I got no problem saying that shit.
He probably had the worst game today in his career.
Yeah, and if he was bad, he's fucking bad. You know what I'm saying? Like I got no problem with that. What I started defending him, it was he would have a clean game until the fourth quarter when we need the most important drive, and then he let up a sack. People are like, oh, he's fucking trash. I'm like, no, it was one bad play. It was the worst time, but it was a bad play. That's usually where my defense of Mike McGlinchey stops and starts, by the way, right? But if he was bad today, like I'm looking at the chat, they are killing him. They were saying, get him out of there. Get him gone.
He was terrible, Mike. And it's like, I mean, Jimmy plays better when he has better protection. Jimmy still does Jimmy things, but man, like the one time I just tried to tune everything out and just focus on the game, it was like Jimmy was pressured on like every single play, bro. And but as a coach, you can negate that though. So if you see the pass rush, they ran a draw up the middle with Christian McCaffrey, right? Because when they blitzed, they was over pursuing this. It was no different when Nick Bosa over pursued the rush and Jared McKinnon gets a 3rd and 28 converted. It was the same. Like coach, you can't, if you're gonna play chess, but don't play the speed chess, man. Don't be playing that long ass chess that take 18 years. When you move a piece, you go away, you come back. Nah. Play like Bobby Fischer. Put a bunch of chessboards on the freaking table and go around and be the masterpiece, man. Mastermind. He not doing that, yo. And the players aren't executing. I get it. But at the end of the day, there were plays that were working. And why don't we stay consistent to it? We abandoned the run in the second half. second quarter. Why? TDP was working.
It was that early. Now TDP only got
Yeah.
2 carries. I heard someone say that he was
He
playing a
had
lot.
I tuned into the game late. People said that Jeff Wilson Jr. started. All right, cool. I missed that because my account was hacked and I forgot to turn the game on. Then when I turned on the game, there was no Jeff Wilson Jr. It was TDP. I'm like, okay, TDP getting the carries. So for me, it looked like he was getting a bunch of carries because I'm thinking the game had just started. And I didn't even realize we was up by 3 at that point either. I just thought the game had just started. So TDP only had 2 carries in this game, Mike?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would say that the carries were pretty. Can you tell me the splits? Because I'm scared to log into anything right now. So can you tell me the splits?
I got you, bro. It
Because
says
I'm just
Jeff Wilson
yeah,
has 7 carries,
7.
54 yards,
Yep.
7.7 a pop.
Okay.
McCaffrey had 8 carries for 38 yards, 4.8 a pop.
I said he would get that one extra carry. I thought it would have been 9 and 8, but it was those two. Okay.
You got TDP. I can hear myself. Just change. All right. We got TDP with 2 carries for 4 yards, 2 a pop. Jimmy Garoppolo 2 carries, 2 yards, 1 a pop. Samuel 1 carry for 2 yards, and Brock Purdy 1 for 1. So if you just add up the running backs, you got a grand total of 17 carries.
That's not going to win you games, bro.
Yeah.
That's not going to win you games. You got to get to that 25 number. Like Kyle know that though. He knows that. He knows you got to get to 25.
Who is Mose talking about? Mose, click that link, get in here. Who showed up in here? Who is I'm low key?
That's the little bitch that hacked my joint, but it is what it is, yo. I got you.
How do they know he's in here?
I guess his name is in here.
Yeah, because he's in the chat.
Yeah. I'm not paying the chat no attention.
Okay.
Him right there.
I want to talk to him.
Fuck him, yo. We're gonna do what everybody suggested, right? We're gonna shut that page down, and then I'm gonna start this new joint, and we just gonna have to start all over, yo. So grind.
Well, I want to know what his goal is. I want to know what his
goal is to get money. That's what hackers' goals are, right? Like their goals is to get money. So let him get his money. Just don't let it be from any of y'all.
All right.
Watch next week. We're gonna be having this conversation next week, because I should be around, and we're gonna have this conversation after we whip up on the Rams. But right now, bro, the 49ers don't look good. They don't look good.
Let's get Rohan up in here, and then Kenny. We're gonna do a 5-box screen here. We're gonna get Kenny in here also. All right. Let's go ahead and do this now. I was looking for some rage, man, and everybody seems so damn calm. Now, I know that normally people expect Breezy to bring the fire, but I understand why he's feeling the way he's feeling. You know what I'm saying? But Rohan, Kenny, like y'all gotta tell me something, man. What's happening?
All right. So Breezy just brought up a good point, right? Obviously, talking about the running backs. Running backs only. What did you say, Mike? About 19 carries in total, or I think it was 17. I'll say 18 because I think Debo had one too. So I'll say 18 total carries as opposed to the amount of passes, 46 total passes for all the quarterbacks, 40, I believe it was, or 37 for Jimmy Garoppolo. Here was the issue. And I'm not going to say this one play changed the dynamic, like it is the reason the 49ers lost, but it changed the dynamic of the game. And that's that Jimmy Garoppolo boneheaded interception at the end of the second quarter. In a way, that play, I don't know where Jimmy Garoppolo is looking because that play, it's an all-out blitz, which means the number one option should be the running back out of the backfield who was wide open. That was Jefferson Jr. running a Texas route. He was wide open on that play. Garoppolo instead throws a floater to the shortest receiver on the team. Ray McLeod isn't out jumping whoever caught that interception for Kansas City. To me, that play changed the game. Why? Because the 49ers could have gotten to the half scoring 20 points, and Kansas City might have scored as well. I'm not going to say that they didn't, right? But they might have scored as well. But after that, the 49ers never led in this game. They were trailing the entire time after that game. And so to me, that score would have gave them a chance to at least be leading for a majority of the game. Because Kansas City scored a touchdown to make it 21-13 after the half. The 49ers scored a field goal. If they had scored an extra touchdown there, they're still leading after that. And then the two teams traded touchdowns again. So it could have been 30-28 at one point in this game. And the issue is after that, what happens? The 49ers go down 2 touchdowns. They can't run the football because if they ran the football there, we would have been mad saying, Kyle, what are you doing? You got to understand that you need to have urgency. And so he didn't run the football. And that's a fine decision there. You're down 2 scores. You need to score and score. And the safety, unfortunately, occurs and the 49ers lose. But to me, if you score a touchdown there at the end of that first half, guess what? You have an ability to stay in the game. It's 30-28. And after the Chiefs score, you don't have to be relegated to just run or passing the football. Be predictable. You have all the options in your offense. You have everything in your arsenal. And the biggest thing, you can utilize Christian McCaffrey. Kyle Shanahan said after the game that the 49ers were in 2-minute, which is why McCaffrey wasn't on the field for a significant part of that time, because McCaffrey didn't know the 2-minute stuff. That's the one part he didn't know of the offense. Instead, if you still are in the game, if it's a one-possession game, you're not in 2-minute anymore, and the 49ers have a chance to keep going offensively and play in the shootout. I'm not saying the offense was the primary reason we lost this game. You can't give up 44 points in a general game and win, but that was inexcusable there. I thought that interception really changed the dynamic of this game.
Okay. All right.
Like, why Jimmy always got to revert to a trash moment, bro?
You talking about the strip fumble?
No, that was more trash. I'm talking about the interception, yo.
Interception, safety, strip fumble, all of it. Really, all of it.
Like, why though, Jim? Like,
they got a safety today too?
Yeah, they got
he pulled the safety.
This motherfucker.
No, that was the safety was the problem.
He wasn't gonna get sacked. He got sacked 15 times before he ran to the end zone. He had to know he was getting sacked.
And you don't run. You don't roll out. If the pocket is clean, yes, Trent Williams got beat. He got beat to the outside. Step up in the pocket. That's what you have to do as a quarterback. You have to understand your situational awareness. If you are running laterally, you are still in the end zone. You step up, you're at the 2-yard line. So if a problem happens, you don't cost your teams 2 points and a possession there. You got to step up there. That's on Trent Williams for allowing the sack, but that's on Garoppolo for not stepping up as a quarterback.
I can't. That he would not step up today in the pocket. The one time he stepped up into 2 defenders, bro.
That was a clean pocket too. That was the bad part.
Kenny, you gotta take yourself off mute. I muted you because of the background noise. Is that true? Is that what you saw?
My son making all that noise, so I came to step outside for a little bit.
I got 4 of them, bro. I understand, man. What's it like? Is Jimmy that terrible, bro? Like, what's up?
Yes, he really is, bro. And you could always see it by how antsy he look in the pocket. He just don't look like a comfortable quarterback. I watch him. He always got this, like, what the hell is that toe tap shit, like, in a pocket, and it's no pressure in his face. It's just all toe tap.
It seems like I didn't see it. It seems like from what y'all are saying, when the pocket was clean, he was antsy. When he should have been antsy because pressure was coming, he was just lethargic and just kind of just there existing. Is that what y'all are saying, Mose? Like, what's up, big dog?
This is my opinion, and I'm going back off of what I see from him. He just looks, once you take away his first read or whatever that is, he just don't know where else to go with the football.
Yeah, listen.
That's just me.
I'm not gonna sit here and put all the blame on the offensive line because they were trash. But
yeah, they were.
There was times when the offensive line blocked and Jimmy had time and he acted like he didn't want to let go of the ball because he want to hacky pack a pump. Like, what you pumping air?
Yeah, like
what you doing?
And you know when he ready to ball because he pat the ball. He pat the ball too much.
I'm still sipping on this from Sizzling.
So, I mean, I'm not like it's obviously there's plenty of blame to go around. Offense, defense, special teams. How in the hell do you get a false start and get knocked out of field goal range? How?
All because the defensive linemen just switched their feet.
They didn't do nothing but just move their feet. You
Mike,
getting Mike McGlinchey
Mike,
getting
you
choked out
laughing, and
during
I'm
the
not trying to
game. Like,
laugh because I'm just as pissed as Breezy is right now. But like, yo, all they did was switch their feet, and they just did it in unison.
They were just
It's
like
like
tap dancing.
it's like it was
bro,
it's like it's
That
like
junk was
a
like a marching
synchronized
band,
swing
bro.
show.
hey,
Yeah,
they look like Daffy Duck on Space Jam.
bro.
Remember when he hit the
When
monster in his stomach? That's what they did.
He switched his feet like he was cocking a gun. It was like that's all them motherfuckers did.
That's what they did.
They switched their feet like they was cocking a gun, Mike. It was like,
Oh, shit.
and then Jalen Moore was like,
And that's what I was gonna say. Like they were reacting as if the defense dictated when they were gonna snap the ball. That's the way y'all
Bro, that
describing this.
offensive line was shook. Shook ones. MOBB,
And the
DEEP.
problem, Breeze, with the offensive line, it's starting with their best players. Trent Williams did not play well today. Mike McGlinchey did not play well today. It was similar to
Mike
Chicago.
McGlinchey's not one of the best players, so.
No, but like in general, when you talk about experience, he's probably the third best offensive lineman on the 49ers right now. If we're being honest. Because when he's good, he's good. He's probably the third best right now behind Banks.
Why is Ray McCarroll being used as a third option, man?
Because Jawan Jennings sucked.
He's terrible.
Jennings literally just drops the ball.
I don't think there's anything JJ could do to get back on my good graces.
Where Kylie at now? I told him we need better talent. That's what it is. There he is, right there.
When we said that in the group chat, bro. I remember when we said that.
He right there. I see you laughing. I ain't laughing.
Who? Wait, what were we talking about?
And our Twitter group.
No, he's talking to Kylie.
Oh man.
Like we got a talented team, but when you play a better talented team, your talent don't fucking matter.
It really don't, man. And your quarterback, he have to be able to put, like, he got to let his guys know that, all right, guys, we can. I'm gonna get us out of this fucked up situation. He got to be able to do that.
He not that guy, bro. I
they already know that, but I'm just saying, man.
I know. That's why I'm saying we shouldn't even have that expectation.
Hey, you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Okay. You know, if you really think about it, be honest, the whole team fucked up. Everything that could have fucked up, fucked up. The O-line fucked up. Jimmy fucked up. The fucking special teams. I thought we had straightened that shit out. You can't give fucking Mahomes the fucking ball at the 38 or whatever the fuck it was. You can't fucking stop him on third. You can't stop him on 3rd and 11. You can't stop him on 3rd and 20. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on? Well, the whole team fucked up. The whole team fucked up. When they look at the fucking film, they're gonna check it out, and every motherfucker's gonna say, "Oh fuck, what the fuck was I doing there?" The coach, D'Amico Ryans, got out coached by Andy Reid. Andy Reid just is a fucking great coach. He's a great play caller. That's the real truth. That's the fucking nitty gritty fucking truth right there.
You gotta get
beep on the way off. Every fucking curse is getting this like fuck beep. Fuck beep. Your delay button is off.
I love how y'all trying with the beep and it's just 2 seconds too late.
Hey man, I don't know. He's gonna say fuck. He just went Samuel L. Jackson on us right now, yo. I didn't even expect it. I don't think I've heard Jaguar ever use a word other than nice words. But that's how bad this team was. That's my problem. That's the problem. They were that bad to where Jaguar is cursing and dropping F-bomb on international TV because the whole team fucked up. Danny Gray is trash. Motherfucking Moody was fucking up. Don't give me that injury bullshit. If you
that's true though. Like when we talk about talent, the 49ers' best defensive players
looked lost out that joint.
Charvarius Ward got burnt, obviously. That was a huge miscue. Jimmy Ward got burnt by a second string tight end, not a first string, a second string tight end.
I don't even know his name. It was third string tight end because I think Gray.
Noah Gray. His
name was Watson. His last name was Watson. You get beat by that nigga on the line. He ain't hit you with no move, bro.
Like you have Ward, both Wards getting beat. Talno Hufunga was not that good either.
Don't do that.
Hey,
Can't do that in front of
T Mose, you know about it, man. My bad. I don't know
y'all
nothing
can't do
about
that
it.
in
I
front
don't
of me.
say my bad.
That's
That
University
motherfucker
of
is
Kent
third
alumni.
string. He ain't good enough to be second string. He ain't never gonna be first string. I don't give a fuck where he went. He could have went to University of Jesus Christ. That motherfucker is the third string. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Jimmy Ward got abused. If you can't play, don't
Then
play.
sit your ass on the sideline, man.
The biggest question I had is why did you activate Dante Johnson and then place him as inactive?
Because Henry
That
Thomas,
makes
his
no
first
sense.
play, he came in, he gave up a first down on his first play.
Yeah, not only do you burn one of his activations, you needed it. Diablo Lenore got injured. Mooney Ward got injured at times. You needed the depth. And Jimmy Ward clearly wasn't ready to play for a part of this game. Get him some help. Why didn't you use Dante Johnson out there?
Guys, I want to apologize for me going off like that, but I was just really, really frustrated, and that's part of my therapy. So it's on.
Bro, you ain't
already,
gotta apologize, man.
and I'm ready to move on. It's just
I love how Mike's laughing. He just got free content out of nowhere.
When you play a team with a quarterback like Mahomes, and you know that we have Jimmy, the other team, the rest of your team has to elevate their play, and I was disappointed. I was just disappointed. That's all. I'm just so frustrated, but sorry about that, guys.
I mean, this team just look like it plays with no energy to me.
Yeah, but this team does this after back-to-back East Coast games every season. I don't know why so many people are surprised.
No, all's gonna be well when they go ahead and somehow beat the Rams 3-4. They go and beat the Rams next year or next week.
Shit,
they
I'ma
go
still
into the
feel the
bye
same
week
way.
with all momentum and then somehow come through. But
Mike, I think
I'ma still feel the same way. They gonna have to beat. Like who do we got after the bye?
Ain't no more good teams to play, bro.
Chargers.
We have a bye week after the Rams.
And then
after
the Chargers.
Rams, and then the Chargers.
Chargers had Sunday Night Football.
But
Well, shit,
Roman
we
is right
still-
though. The Rams typically are our get right game. They that's just
was
I don't know
last
why.
year,
I don't know what
It's
mojo it is. Like the way it's just something about when we go and play the Rams, the Niners seem to get shit figured out. It's like their recalibration game. But
and then
just the stars were aligned for us to lose this game, and I don't know why so many people ignored it. I just think it's the way we lost that people are so upset about.
No, it's not.
All
It's not
three
that we
phases of
lost.
the game.
It is the way that we lost. The issue with the 49ers is they put themselves in every game. If the 49ers got blown out from the
we
jump,
would accept that shit. I would be
would've
like,
been
we
different.
suck.
It would have been different. It's because you know that they had the chance to win this game, that they were in this game until halftime, and then collapsed. Really,
Mike,
after that,
that's exactly what happened.
After that two touchdown drive or 2 touchdown lead, kind of started to come together.
It started with the kickoff return at the half, and then Jawan Jennings, dumbass
idiot,
push him. That was the dumbest shit I ever seen, bro. He gonna push him while he out of bounds. Are you fucking kidding me?
Wait. He didn't tackle him. He pushed him.
He pushed him, and then they scored in freaking
But he was already out of bounds.
He already got the yards. My man was out of bounds by a yard and a half.
Yeah,
2
Jennings.
yards.
No, it was a late hit. That's why 15-yard
Jennings
penalty.
comes late, runs past Robbie Gold, and pushes the returner further out of bounds and gets a flag immediate after he's been playing like shit.
And then after that penalty, the Chiefs go down and score in less.
Yeah, it was 3 plays.
Because they were at the 30.
Fucking 30-yard line.
Yeah, 33 yards.
Hey, Patrick Mahomes, man, I got you 33. Oh, shit, I'll do that in 2 plays. Matter of fact, I think that fourth string tight end scored on that drive.
No, that drive was
today?
Oh, it was a running back.
Rushing for 5.3 yards per carry.
Yeah.
They had over 100 yards rushing.
Who?
The Chiefs had 113 yards rushing.
Shit, they got that big run from
They got over 500 yards
that great
total offense. They got 536 yards on offense. How in the hell are you going to win a game when you give up 500 and something yards? How are you going to win? That's like Alabama or Oklahoma when they play one of those shitty little colleges. You can't give up 500 in the pros.
And that's my point, Jaguario. When we talk about the difference in talent, Alabama got different talent than Michigan. Their teams are good, The talent different though. You put them teams against each other, it's a difference in talent. We just get out talented, I think, in every single game.
But Breezy, that's why I made
So we don't get out talented in every game.
No, we getting out coached. You can say what you want to say.
The
My
coaches-
opinion is
that's part of
we get
you
out
got the
executed.
talent, bro.
You gotta have talent.
We get it out executed. That's what I'll say.
Listen, if KC had our weapons, if KC had Debo, Ayuk, and I mean Kittle and Kelsey is 1A, 1B.
Well, I mean, they got freaking
would've put up
Mahomes,
100.
so that's not
They
fair.
would've put up 100, bro.
Put Mahomes on the 49ers. We win every game.
100%.
Damn near.
Not with the
That's a lot. If Patrick Mahomes is on this team, you're going 14-2.
So the talent in my so we might have the all right. So y'all not gonna agree with me, and that's fine. I don't give a fuck. But the talent should start at the quarterback position. So let me start there because that's where we get out talented in every freaking game.
I agree somewhat, but I agree with Mike too. The talent started with the head coach.
Yeah, and that's it.
Because right now you got what you got. Yeah, you don't have a Patrick Mahomes. We can't sit here and say if we had a Patrick Mahomes, if we had a this guy, if we had a that guy. You got what you got.
If you don't
put the pieces in position.
If you don't got that talented headpiece, pause, the membrane of the shit. Fuck.
Wait, here's how I look at it.
If you don't got the quarterback to head that talent, right? That seems to be the issue. And even with Trey Lance, even if he was in there, he wouldn't be ready enough to head that talent. He might do some spectacular shit we ain't never seen before, but that's where it started, man. But Jimmy Garoppolo couldn't be
section.
Here's what I'm saying.
Pikachu
Here's what I'm
or
saying
whatever
with
the
this
hell
as
his
far as like
name
the
is
quarterback
ran all over
situation.
us.
Because I was saying this to somebody on Twitter. They were talking about, Patrick Mahomes, being elite. He is an elite quarterback, but Patrick Mahomes didn't have to be elite today.
Oh, is that
the way Andy Reid schemed up the offense and the way dudes were just wide open, like that touchdown to Juju Smith-Schuster in the middle of the field,
all 22,
and he just takes
how
that
receivers were wide open.
Like the way Andy Reid schemed all of that wide open, Patrick Mahomes did not have to be elite today. He was out there playing catch.
Yep,
he definitely used Nick Bosa's aggression against him.
But that's Nick Bosa.
With them,
that's him. That's on Bosa. You got to know that, look, if I don't get to this quarterback, I can't sit there and be overly aggressive because I can't break containment. And there's always going to be something. And that's, 3rd and 20, my guys. That ain't what I really want to say, but 3rd and 20?
Yeah.
3rd and 20? Dude, Jared
McKinnon of all
tired
people.
leg McKinnon, the dude that got tired legs, bro.
Man, Young, something ain't
his
right.
legs died on the end of that play.
San Francisco, man. Because now this
His
nigga
legs
can stay on
died
the
in the
field.
middle of the screen. When he got close to the first down, you saw him slowing down.
Well,
he just had enough yards and enough green grass in front of him to keep getting it. Like 3rd and 20, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
you give that up on a screen?
3rd and 20, yo. The moment he caught the ball, I'm like, first down.
It was nobody on here.
Shit, we did that last year.
Nobody on this entire panel right now, including Jaguayo, the Hispanic God voice that y'all keep hearing. Nobody on this panel thinks that we turned this around. Nobody thinks that this was just the back-to-back road.
My cousin Sid is in the chat. I said we're going to beat the Rams. We're going to go 4-4. We're going to go into the bye week, rest up, get healthy, and we are going to turn this around because our second half schedule isn't as strong. Yeah, we have the Chargers and we have the Bucks, but we have a lot of winnable games. We're gonna make the playoffs, and when we get into the tournament, we're a dangerous team. And the only thing that I'm worried about is those things are going to mask the issues that we have with the coaching staff. So we're gonna turn it around, and we're gonna make the playoffs. And once we get there, we're gonna look good. But then that's gonna be the Band-Aid that covers up some of these issues and some of these flaws, the lack of creativity in the play calling, the lack of proper clock management, the lack of adjustment at halftimes that we haven't seen that we've seen in the previous years. Because we're going to turn it around and play a little bit better and make it into the playoffs, and Christian McCaffrey is going to get woven into this offensive scheme, and the offense is going to pick it up and look a little bit better. It's just going to be a Band-Aid for the issues that we're still going to have going into next year if the coaching staff don't figure it out. if Kyle don't get more creative with his play calling, if he don't get in his bag and really do some stuff, if him and D'Amico Ryans aren't making the necessary adjustments.
Kyle just needs to go out there and let his players play football. Like, cause his play calling ain't it. It's not it. And even if he's not comfortable in his creativity, if he's not comfortable with the execution and him trying to be creative, that means he don't trust his players. So he just needs to let them go play football. I'd rather see Jimmy Garoppolo get in the huddle and be like, you run a streak, you run a post in, you run a post corner, you run the inside, whatever, in out. I'd rather Jimmy just do that and everybody else block. Like at this point, because I'm not saying we don't turn it around, because we do. I know we will. But at this point, they're not really leaving us with any hope, because we're seeing consistent bad play, execution, penalties, coaching, week in and week out. So when does it turn around? If it's being consistently bad, when does it turn around? And so we just gonna have to wait till the coaches could get that, what you said, Mike, that get right game. And don't count out Sean McVay. That motherfucker gonna have some tricks up his sleeve too. It might not look like it, but I guarantee you, he's not trying to go out like no sucker.
No, he's not. But Kyle, for whatever reason, has McVay's number in the regular season. Let me be clear with what I'm saying.
Correct.
Right?
That's correct. That's correct.
If I'm not mistaken, the Seahawks are the only team with a winning record left on our schedule as of this week. Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen by the time we play these other teams. But if I'm not mistaken, the Seahawks are the only team that have a winning record, right? Like that's the only one.
Do the Chargers not have a winning record? I think the Chargers.
Nah, man, they just lost.
Chargers are still above 500 though.
Oh, they lost today, so they're 500. Yeah, you're right. No, wait, aren't they 4-3?
Yeah, so they're like above 500.
Oh, they do have a winner. Okay, all right, my bad. I didn't like. That's funny as hell. Y'all are killing me, bro. All right, so Mo says he thinks we could turn it around. Rohan, you think we could turn it around?
Yeah, I told you, right? I mean, it's just a storyline. I feel like the 49ers will win next week. I didn't have it this way in my predictions, but I did think the 49ers were actually going to be 4-4, I believe, going into this at the end of week 8. I think I had them initially losing to the Chiefs, the Broncos, the Rams once, and then I had them losing to, I forget the other team. But I think I had them 4-4 going into this week, and then still ending at 10-7 or 11-6 at the end of the year. So we'll see. I think the 49ers, now the good part is you can implement Christian McCaffrey, right, into the entirety of your scheme. You can implement him into these 2 minutes. You're going to finally get the full package of Christian McCaffrey, not a 20-play Christian McCaffrey that you got this week. And once again, it's really up to can the players execute? And this is where I talk about coaching staff and the players. To me, the issue this year has predominantly been execution. The players consistently can't execute. I put it when I do the film review every week. There are a significant amount of plays that the players, be it drops, Garoppolo's mistakes, that they leave on the field. But the overall message that I've come to is when the players can't execute consistently, that's on the head coach. You're consistently putting those players out there. It's on you to make sure those players execute, on you to get that message out there. And so if your players aren't executing and it's like a recurring theme, that is on you to figure out how to do that. And so I'm a Kyle Shanahan. I'm not a homer, but I'm a Kyle Shanahan. I'm an optimist about him. I think he's a really good head coach. But that's one of his main flaws this season. He hasn't been able to figure that out. And that was another recurring theme this week. And so don't know what he has to do, but he has to fix that for sure.
Kenny, I got a question for you, man. If we end up with this season with a losing record, because there's no more 800 in the NFL unless you end up with a tie. So those days are over unless you end up with a tie. So, Kenny, if Kyle finishes the season and does not have a winning record, do you want to move on next year? I know it's not likely to happen. He just got that extension and everything. I believe he's in the first year of his extension now officially. But just what would you want to see happen if we don't have a winning season with all this talent at the end of the season?
I mean, I first and foremost, I feel like well, we all say he's too stubborn of doing what he's doing, but I believe he need to make some changes within himself. if he could make some changes within himself, like change how, because I feel like he don't trust anybody. I feel like he don't trust his coaching staff, his players. If he can't do that, then I'll be ready to move on from him. If
Anshu, you've
if
been
we
quiet.
if we have a losing record, I'll be ready to move on from him. But I feel
All
like
right.
he have to make some changes though. He got to change.
I hear you. It's a gut check, right? You gotta really stop and look in the mirror and figure out what you're
Yeah,
doing wrong, what you're doing
yeah.
right. My man 49ers media is over here. I was against the hiring of Schneider as a special teams coordinator. I didn't like what he was doing in Seattle. I know people talked about how great of a guy he was and how long he's been in the NFL, but I looked at his units and their grades and all that, and I personally wasn't impressed. Then I was even more angry when they did the state of the franchise, and Kyle said, I just called him because I knew who he was and he was available. I didn't even really interview anybody and was like, hey, we have a vacant spot. Do you want to come here? So my question to you is, what changes on the coaching
That's
staff
lazy.
do you think need to happen?
That's the
Even if they
lazy
don't
there.
actually just fire anybody, what changes do you need to see? Like, does Kyle need to put someone on notice? Like, hey, if you don't fix X, Y, and Z by a certain amount of time, we're going to move on from you. Like, what can Kyle do with this coaching staff? D'Amico started out on fire, but it turns out we just played a lot of really bad teams in the beginning of the season, right? Like, we were pretty impressed that we held Denver to 11 points, right? I'm doing that in air quotes because we gave away points in that game as well. But we held them to that, and we're like, oh, man, look at what we did to Denver, right? Like, da-da-da-da-da. We got the best scoring defense in the NFL, and then we got leapfrogged by the Bills and all that. But now all of a sudden, 2 games in a row, it's like, what are you doing on defense? What can Kyle do? What do you want to see him do with this coaching staff? And include him in your answer as well. What do you want to see? What changes do you want to see Kyle make?
I mean, I don't think the thing is because the situation the Niners are in, I feel like if they get rid of Kyle or somebody else, I don't know if the person that they bring in would make them like much better. Special teams, yeah, I've been pretty disappointed with personally because I really thought going into this offseason, okay, the Niners brought in Ray McLeod. They brought in, special team aces or like all pros like Oren Burks and George Odom. And clearly special teams has been an issue. We're believe like 26th or even 28th in special teams. So until you don't, I guess you have to make a change until it gets fixed. And I think that the second staffing would to definitely be the strength and conditioning staff because year after year, they're always having these injuries. And, I don't know if any of you guys saw the Jaquoski Tart interview, but like he was saying that the Niners practice is harder than when he was on some time with the Eagles. Like he said, the Eagles gave him and the players some rest, and so I think even if Kyle Shanahan is having these players practice too much, he has to adjust that too to make sure that these guys do stay healthy, and maybe some of these players like maybe the strength and conditioning staff is telling the players, okay, this is what you have to do, to stay in shape, and maybe the players just aren't doing it. We don't really know, but I think that's another area that needs to be fixed.
My response to that practice thing is we have to remember where Kyle comes from, his lineage, what he grew up around, right? The old school mentality was if practice is hard, the game should be easy, right? And so I think Kyle still has that mentality, but then you turn around and look at the preseason, it's like, well, this is practice and you're not really doing much with your starters. So it's which side of the coin are you going to be on? It's got to be one or the other. We heard the same thing with Mike Singletary. That was the issue with Singletary. He was like killing guys during practice, right? Like just having guys just doing a bunch of nonsense. And the players were like, yeah, this ain't going to work, right? And so it was a very short-lived Mike Singletary experience. But there has to be some sort of fundamental changes that are going to come. I'm going to give it to Mose now. I want to get your thoughts on this thing, man. Coaching staff changes, if any at all. And like I said, I know it's not likely. John and Kyle got those extensions. They're just now getting into the extra years of their contracts now. It's not likely they're going to be going anywhere. And if I'm not mistaken, there's no offset language. Like they can get hired somewhere else. We still owe them. Jed York has done that not just with Kyle, but his last 3 head coaches. You know, we were paying Tom Sula, we were paying Chip Kelly, Jed York, we were paying Harbaugh. Like, this is something that he makes it a point to do consistently. He's going to pay his guys what he believes they're worth from start to finish, whether they're with this team or not. So they're not likely to fire them. Let me be very clear with what I'm saying. That doesn't mean that we don't want to see some changes if X, Y, and Z doesn't happen. Now, personally, until I see Kyle with the quarterback he handpicked for a full season, I feel like I kind of have to reserve a little bit of judgment. He right now is working with the quarterback, and to Wayne's point earlier, we can have all the talent at all the skill positions. If the quarterback can't execute, it's all for naught, right? Like it's a moot point. Mose, what's your take on all of this, man? Start with the coaching. What kind of changes do you want to see happen? And if we can't make any of these changes, what should happen at the end of it all? This year, this season.
The biggest thing, well, I mean, if we're talking about for this season, I think I don't think there are many changes that can be made for this season. The biggest change for me to the coaching staff, and I mentioned this before, is going to be in the offseason. Kyle needs to find people he can trust. And why he wasn't grooming successors for Mike LaFleur and Mike McDaniel, why he wasn't grooming successors, because he knows he's been around this league long enough. He has a coaching tree. His father had a coaching tree. His father came from someone else's coaching tree. When you're on a good staff and you do well and you're successful, other teams who need head coaches, they pluck your staff members. It's happened to you. You've seen it already. So why he hasn't had successors for LaFleur and McDaniel, I don't know. But I feel like whoever he has in the building, whether it's Anthony Lynn, whether it's Chris Forrester, they are not giving him the same type of life and energy that LaFleur and McDaniel were giving him, as far as what information they were providing him, as far as run game coordinator, pass game coordinator, to allow him to be able to take that information, digest it all, and formulate a viable plan. Whatever your script is, put that together. Whatever you do after your script, whatever you do coming out of halftime, he doesn't have that. So I think he needs to identify who this new crop of young talent is, whether it's you elevate Clay Kubiak, whether he's proven enough on this staff for you to elevate a guy like Clay Kubiak, whether you find somebody else outside of the organization who can come in and be those type of young guns that are eager, that are hungry, that have new, fresh ideas that you can incorporate with your style. But I think for me, that's the biggest coaching change. Find some new young guys that you can have on your staff, kind of like a LaFleur and a McDaniel, to help you on the offensive side. Because I feel like he's doing it all by himself right now. And that's why he's getting caught in the weeds, because he's got to be a head coach of the team. He's got to help plan the weekly schedule. He's got to help plan the travel schedule. He's got to do all the head coaching duties and then still spend time building out his offensive plan. And somewhere he's falling short. So part of being a good leader, right, is being able to delegate. You got to figure out, okay, what can I take off of my plate? What can I give to you? What can I give to you? What can I give to you for us to make this as best as it possibly can be? So I don't think he's going to get fired, even if he does have a sub 500 record. I agree with you that they're going to give him another shot with the quarterback that he handpicked. But if that is the case, then find some guys that you can delegate and bring on this coaching staff to help you with the pass game coordination, the run game coordination, so you can figure some things out.
Is this real? We only have 39 likes right now.
I'm
not even a likes person. I can't see it. But if this is real, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
That's 10%. That's unacceptable.
I can't believe that. If this is real, y'all come on, y'all.
Hold on, I'm about to go check it right now.
Look at the panel that y'all are speaking to right now.
Nah, we got 102 likes.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I was about to say, like, our viewers are typically better than that. We have a higher percentage than that. I mean, even 25%, but still, like, but we typically are better. That 39 was hurting my feelings. I ain't gonna hold you. Like,
Yeah,
I was a little insulted. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's at 122.
Okay, all right. I mean,
hey, keep him going, man. Keep him going because Mike always brings his high. He always brings the heat, man. Keep it going. Get all these likes up, guys.
Yeah, man. Just click that like button one quick time for y'all, man. Come on, man. Let's go. And not for me, for the guys on here, man. You guys are coming in here. You know, everyone's going through a lot of stuff, issues with their families and things like that. Pages getting hacked. You know what I mean? Rohan, this is the second show you've done today, right? Like, I mean, since the game has ended, weren't you on another show earlier?
I was not, but I've been definitely working a ton this week. Yeah.
So come on, guys. Like these guys are in here trying to bring you some stuff. 49ers Media, he's got his channel. Mose has a channel. You know what I mean? Wayne's gonna get his channel back. I'm speaking that shit into existence, bro.
Yes,
I
sir.
believe in that, man. You know what I mean? Rohan is doing his thing, man. So you know, guys, like, come on, man. Like, you guys gotta hit those likes. Let people find this video so they can see what this panel is bringing. You know what I mean? Ignore Wayne missing all the beeps. You know, he was trying though. He was definitely trying to get those beeps in there. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, like, come on, man. There we go. 168. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to you guys now in the chat. And shout out to everybody with the super chats. We have a super chat segment. I'm going to get to that at the very end here. Guys, so look, you know, this overreaction show, I want to thank you guys for it because I'm not the person to overreact right now. I'll be completely honest with you guys. I didn't get a chance to see a whole lot of this game. I did at one point. So we're leaving the party. I head to my buddy's house, who's in the same complex of this mansion or whatever that we were in. And I get over there. He puts the end of the game on, and Brock Purdy is the quarterback. And I start flipping out. I'm like, holy shit, they benched Jimmy. Like they benched Jimmy Garoppolo. Then I saw the score and how much time was left, and I was like, oh no, this is like just keeping people safe. This was protecting the future of the season. Then I saw Trent Williams get whooped on a play, and I was like, oh, Trent's still out there. So I want to ask you guys this question, and we'll go in order. We'll go Wayne, we'll go 49ers Media, we'll go back to Mose, Rohan, Kenny, Jaguar. You can jump in on that one also. But I want to ask you guys this question. I understand keeping your players safe, protecting the quarterback. Do you guys think that Jimmy getting pulled that early had a little more to do with just keeping him safe? Based off of everything you guys are telling me, this was not Jimmy's best day. And so I'm just wondering if that's what was it like more of a, hey, sit your ass down, bro. Like, you are not getting it done. This game is over. True. But like, just sit down. Just look at the plays. Look at what this young kid is doing. Why can't you do more than that? Because Brock was marching him down the field a little bit. He shook off one of the guys coming at him from the side. He get off me. Ran, and then he threw a horribly incomplete pass, right? But it was the fact that he eluded the sack that was coming at him. That was the one positive play I saw him do. Then he hit some guys down the field and you know, across the middle and everything. But I am sincerely wondering, why was Jimmy pulled so early? Because last week we saw Kyle let him play through it, right? Like, was it more than just protecting Jimmy? I want to get everyone's thoughts on this. And should we be trying to, like, I don't know. I think it's too late to try to find another quarterback, but where's Nate Sudfeld? Like, what I don't know. What can we do at that position this season? Like, I was pissed off when Kyle said, no, Trey Lance is done for the year. And I'm sitting here doing some math on my fingers. I'm counting. I'm like, well, hold on a second, Kyle, because he could be back if we make the postseason. Like, if he's your starter, put his ass back in when the postseason gets here. Kyle was like, no, absolutely not. He's done for the year. And I'm like, already? Like, you're definitively saying that now. I thought that was a little immature, you know, premature. That's the word, not immature, premature for Kyle to say. See, that's what happens when you drink that much, right? So, Wayne, let's start around with you guys. The quarterback position. What do you guys want to see from Jimmy? Why was he pulled so early? Maybe it was just to protect him. And how can Jimmy improve? Realistically, don't tell me, oh, he can just start hitting all the throws. Keep in mind who Jimmy is. What can we do to help Jimmy? I want to hear from the whole panel. So, Wayne, the floor is yours.
Bro, you asked like 30 questions. All right.
It's just the quarterback. It was why was he pulled so early, and what can we do to help Jimmy going forward?
First of all, I'm trying to figure out this chat because I know I posted something on the chat, but I don't see it posting up in here on the chat. So I'm trying to figure that out. So Guys, if you see me and it says Wayne Breezy, that's me. All right. So while Mike is talking, y'all told me to create a new page. I was crying a little while ago. That's why I had left. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't give a fuck. But I'm good now because I got my family here. So
We love you,
I ain't
brother.
gonna be down for long. I can tell you that. But Jimmy need to think the same fucking way. You know what I'm saying? He was shit today, and he need to pick his fucking head up, and he need to go out there and tell his people he gonna be better and he gonna do better, and then show it. And I think Jimmy Garoppolo, like I hate to say it, Mike, but next week is get right because Jimmy plays really well against the Rams, except for in that one playoff game. That's his worst game ever against this team. And so look, Jimmy has he has the skill set and the talent to do right. I felt like last week when they played the Falcons, the team didn't help him out. I felt like this week he didn't do enough to help out his team. And it's funny, right? And so they're gonna have to figure out. Jimmy's gonna and you know what, Jimmy? I haven't watched the pressers yet. I'm dying to know if he took accountability, and I don't think he did because somebody would have said that he took accountability. Like somebody would have said that in this chat because I know y'all be watching them pressers. So that's got me a little bothered. As far as quarterback play, guys, look, everybody on this panel touched on it. I don't got to keep reiterating it. Look, we lost this game. Mike said we weren't going to win this game anyway. I get it. But see, Mike, you didn't watch it. And so when you watch that first quarter, you like, oh, shit. Like, yo. But I get you. You wasn't sold. But all we had to do, Mike, was stay on that trajectory. And the 49ers failed to do that. The whole team. And so for Jimmy Garoppolo, I think his quarterback play is going to be just fine going forward. You asked, did they bench Jimmy just to prevent, maybe some type of injury? That's always Kyle Shanahan. That's always a reason for Kyle Shanahan to take a player out. You know what I'm saying? When he shouldn't. And I think that was the right move. We weren't going to come back and get 40 points to win this game. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't enough time on the clock. And so I think he benched Jimmy just to keep him safe. Hey, say, man, you didn't get him this week, Tiger. You go out there and get him next week, Tiger. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of what you got to do.
If Kyle is calling Jimmy Tiger, he should be fired now. Right now. Right now.
It's just pep
if Jimmy
talk.
Garoppolo has ever come to the sideline and he said, you'll get him next time, Tiger, Kyle should be fired.
It's just a little pep talk. Like so, but here's the thing, man. Jimmy's good enough to help this team win games. The question is, can they get in sync? I know we talk about execution, but Jimmy has to find a way to get in sync with the coaching, the special teams, the defense. Hey, Jimmy, you got money, bro. You get money. Go buy everybody an ATV. Take them four-wheeling or something. Go do something to show that you into your players so that they could be into you.
At the Greenbrier.
They should have did that, but they didn't do it with Jimmy. It was the wide receivers, bro. So it's leadership, right? It's time for Jimmy to earn the captain's patch, even though he ain't get one. It's time to earn it.
All right. I like that. Media, floor is yours, man. Break it down for us, bro. What do you think we can do to help this guy? And was it a double-edged sword? We're going to bench you to protect you because this game was out of hand, but also sit down a little earlier than I would normally pull you because you really got to realize you aren't getting it done.
Well, I think there was really not much time on the clock left. Well, anyways, you were already down like 3 touchdowns. You weren't going to be able to come back anyways. So it's like not risking injury and like, okay, you're going to lose anyways. There's not that much time anyways. Why don't you just sit down? Like, I don't, that's all I think it was.
That's fair. That's fair. Now, Mose, that last throw that I saw by Brock, because I left before it was over. I didn't see the end of the game. But that last throw by Brock, that was an interception in the end zone. Had that been a touchdown, call me naive, call me whatever you want to call me, would we have had a quarterback controversy for the next upcoming game? If Brock Purdy managed, because he should, I'm telling you, I saw him avoid 2 sacks on that drive. I saw him make some throws across the middle
It's
with some
just
heat on him.
it's being a football player.
I'm just saying.
I'm with you. I'm glad you asked Mose a different question.
So,
it's just being a football player, bro.
Yeah. Had that been a touchdown instead of a pick, are we having a different conversation? I know the faithful would have, but I'm talking to us. We're supposed to be the content creators. We're supposed to be the level-headed people. We have to groom the herd, right? We're the shepherds. They're the flock. What would your thought process have been had that young man went in there, marched down the field, and thrown that touchdown?
Now, my thought process, I was overreacting during the game because Brock came in and his first pass, his first completion looked better than any pass Jimmy threw that entire game. His first completion looked better than any pass that Jimmy threw that entire game. So if he'd have threw a touchdown on that, yeah, of course. Me as being a part of the faithful, I'd have been like, okay, we need to have a conversation and see who plays better in practice. Knowing who Kyle is, that wouldn't have been nothing. Do I think they pulled Jimmy to keep him healthy? I have a different take on it. I think him pulling Jimmy was waving the white flag. I think him pulling Jimmy was telling Andy Reid, look, I don't want no more smoke. Please do not put up any more points, because if you put up another touchdown, that's a 50 burger. So I think him pulling Jimmy was waving the white flag. Like, all right, bro, you got it. You got this one. You good. We out of here. Let's don't score on us no more. And then you saw he pulled Mahomes. And then so Kyle pulls Jimmy, he pulls Mahomes, and then we get out of there copacetic. So I think that was waving the white flag. As far as what we can do to help Jimmy Garoppolo, we know the formula. We have to run the ball more than 25 times. And we have to run the ball more than he throws the ball. We know the formula. Why are we going away from that? I don't know. And if you are going to go away from that and allow him to throw the ball, then Kyle, if this is what you're going to do, you can't do it in micromanage. You got to trust him. You got to really let him go and let him open it up. So you do it here and there, you sprinkle it in, but you don't allow him to really push the ball down the field. Even though he don't have a cannon like a Mahomes or a Josh Allen, he still should be able to push the ball down the field to his abilities and his limitations, right? So if he want to push the ball downfield, if he want to throw more outside the numbers, cool. Stop letting him throw these bubble screens. And I mean, they work, so sprinkle them in, but he's throwing in 5-yard, 10-yard ends, quick slants, little hits over the middle. Like, open it up if you're going to allow him to throw, and if you're going to go away from your formula, which is run the ball 25 times or more, make sure Jimmy's attempts are below the amount of times that you run. If you're going to go away from that, then really open it up. And like Breezy said, allow him to be a football player and just play. Just let him play.
Okay. All right.
And you just got to live and die with the results. Because you really doing that. You living and dying with the results now, but you micromanaging.
But it seemed like when he let him be a football player, week 5, I mean, the weeks he came in during his first season, them last 5 weeks, that's what I was referring to. Like, Jimmy was just comfortable. He was able to move. He was able to roll out. And granted, he got injured after that, after that season. But it just seems like Jimmy's uncomfortable. And that's why he's patting the feet, patting the ball. And so I think you got to find a way to get your quarterback comfortable. I mean, a lot of people keep saying we're pleading insanity because we're looking for Jimmy to do some stuff. There's things that he could do, guys.
Yeah.
Let's not act like he's the worst quarterback in the league. He's just the worst quarterback. He's not even the worst quarterback the 49ers ever had. We've had worse. We just can't figure out why we can't find a way to be consistent. That we're consistently inconsistent.
Yeah.
Mike, you said yeah and then went on mute.
No, I said yeah. That's true. I'm sorry. And you touched on something I was going to bring to Rohan's attention here. Jimmy a couple of weeks ago was saying, it was a lot of weeks ago, week 2 at the end of the game, I had a good time, backyard football, really getting out there and just letting it loose with my guys. Fast forward 2 weeks from there, he was talking about, this pass that he made on the sideline to Tevin Coleman, and his comment, Coleman's comment, Kyle's comment was he wasn't supposed to throw to Coleman if he was covered by a DB, only if it was by a linebacker. However, Jimmy still made that throw and his player made a play, right? It seems like Kyle has very specific rules on what you can and can't do. And he controls his quarterbacks a little bit more than maybe the quarterbacks like, right? Call the play and let me just go out there and make whatever decision I want to play. Rohan, do you think that Kyle has too much of a hold on these quarterbacks? Does he want them to be robotic? Because if you're gonna say when you hike the ball and you see whatever, this is what you're supposed to do, what's the point in having a specific quarterback out there? Then you could just put anybody back there. Kyle, maybe I'm wrong here. It feels to me like Kyle doesn't allow these guys to be individuals. What he does is, this is my playbook. This is my system. When you see this, you do this. But that's not how football works. Everything can go right, but if a player on the defense does something that they're not supposed to do, right? If they do something,
I think here's my kind of take on it. I actually disagree, and I probably am in the minority here. I actually don't think that the micromanaging and what Kyle Shanahan, the specificity that he has with his quarterback, is as magnified as people believe. To me, actually, this game plan, the reason that I thought that this game plan was fine, in general, the play calling and the game plan was fine, was you have to understand your defense. Last week, Atlanta did not have a ferocious pass rush. That's not something they're known for. They have Lorenzo Carter and Arnold Ebiketie as their edges. Ebiketie obviously has a ton of potential, but that's not a normal, like Grady Jarrett's good. He's amazing against the run. He's pretty solid against the pass, but that's not a stout pass rush. That's why you saw so many more downfield shots last week, because that was more incorporated in the game plan because you trusted your offensive line to hold more. This week, Steve Spagnuolo is one of the top-rated defensive coordinators in terms of blitzing. He loves to be aggressive. He loves to send pressure, and it's crazy because last week against the Bills, Steve Spagnuolo did it and left his corners on islands. He left them one-on-one coverage against Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis. He got burnt sometimes. Gabe Davis had 3 catches for 174 yards and a touchdown. So Kyle Shanahan, understanding Steve Spagnuolo's tendencies, had to devise a short game. And in the times where we saw the plays being extended, the quarterback trying to create a downfield pass, it didn't work. You look at the safety. Jimmy Garoppolo was looking downfield, trying to create an extended pass, went away from an open pocket instead of stepping up, and that resulted in a loss of 2 points. To me, it's game plan specific. And yes, I do think that Kyle Shanahan certainly has a notion on how he wants his quarterback to play, but I also think that's warranted. Because when you look at how Jimmy Garoppolo plays, there are several opportunities where Jimmy Garoppolo, at the beginning of the season when he was coming in, was not looking downfield. He had Brandon Ayuk open on these 20-yard hitch routes. There were several downfield routes. Brandon Ayuk and whoever was running them, Jimmy Garoppolo just didn't hit him, or he looked that way, didn't throw it, or he just didn't look at all. And so I think Garoppolo has gotten a little better this kind of season. I think he's done better in doing that because there are more downfield throws, especially last game. There are a lot of more downfield throws, but I also know that it's game plan dependent, and I don't know if that's the best strategy this week, especially with the way your offensive line played and that they didn't protect well against a defense that loves to send aggressive pressure, which means you need to operate a quick game and you need to get that ball out quick, which is what the 49ers did in the first half, which is why players like Brandon Ayuk and George Kittle excelled in this game.
I like that, man. And I was asking this question for exactly what you were talking about, right? Is it too much or is it not enough? Which way do you want it to go? You know what I'm saying? So I understand what you're saying. I just, I listen to what Jimmy said at the podium so much, and I hold on to certain things, right? Jimmy was asked last year, how come you don't throw downfield or outside the numbers more? And he was like, look, I execute the plays that are called for me. Mm-hmm. And then you see him turn around and say,
that's a lie. He does not execute the plays that are called. That's a lie.
Oh, do I know it? But for you to go to the podium and say that on the record, it felt to me like you're calling Kyle out.
Yeah, he's taking a shot at the coach.
Right. When you do things like that in front of the media and knowing that's going to go out to the world, you're calling Kyle out. Hey, challenge me more, right? I'll use myself as an example, and I'll pivot to Kenny here. I know that when I was in 6th grade, I was really, really good in the math class that they had me in, right?
Okay, let me find out.
The teacher would say, guys, we're going to do the front half of the page. We'll go over it. We'll review. The last half will be for the end of class. And what you don't finish is homework, right? I was so good. I would do the front and the back. And so after the review, I'm bored. Now I'm talking. Hey, you need help? I see 3 hands up in the classroom. We got one teacher. I'll go help some of the other kids. I'm out of my seat. I'm disrupting the class. That's what they said, right? And they called my mom and they're like, hey, Mrs. Andrews, your child is really disruptive. He talks a lot. He's out of his seat. And it turns out it's not that I was disruptive or trying to be a negative influence in the class. I was bored. I needed to be challenged.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Kenny, my question to you is, does Jimmy need to be challenged more? He goes to the podium over and over and says, I do what Kyle tells me to do. Or I enjoy playing off script in backyard football. I had a lot of fun. That's what I like to do. How do you see Jimmy? Is he being controlled too much? Is he trying to please Kyle so much that he's just overthinking, over-processing things? How do you see it, Kenny?
Well, I see it like this. I do believe he need to be challenged, but I think they need to go back to the basics with Jimmy Garoppolo, because his mechanics is all over the place as he throwing the ball, and I just think that he need to get that together to where as though he could, like, when you watch him throw, it's like he never drive through his throw. He's like he always flat footed on his back foot. So I believe he do need to be challenged. I believe he need to, you know what I'm saying, put in that extra work so where he could get better and help his team out. I mean,
I like
that's how I feel about it.
I like it. And sometimes, it doesn't look like it, right? I swear to God, it doesn't look like that all the time. I was in another class in a different school district with this kid, and we all thought that the kid had like we thought he was autistic because he was just really reserved. He was very specific with everything that he did, but this kid consistently had the best grades in class. Like, there was never a close second. This kid was like just the smartest kid ever, but he was like just awkward. There was something about the way he worked. I'm not saying that's Jimmy, so no one go out there and tweet Mike called Jimmy autistic. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is sometimes people need to be challenged to really thrive, to see the best that they have in them. Jaguile, you were still with us. Let's hear that voice, man. I want to get your thoughts. How can Kyle help Jimmy turn this
Wayne,
thing
get
around?
the beeper ready.
Yeah.
Okay. So my thoughts are that I think with McCaffrey getting a little bit more familiar with the offense, I think Kyle can call some plays, get him more involved, use his talents, because every head coach knows what he has in his quarterback. So you have to put the quarterback and say, okay, can he throw deep? No, he can't throw deep. Okay. But can he see, recognize, and get the ball out in time? Yes. So then once McCaffrey gets into it, then he can involve either McCaffrey, Debo, and move the ball. We just have to be like a patient kind of offense. And it's got to be like timing and then run, timing, run, and then throwing. And I think with McCaffrey's going to make a big difference going down the stretch. I think that the way I see it is the NFC, besides the Eagles, the Giants and the Vikings, I believe, okay, and the Cowboys. So we're fighting for either the 5th, 6th, or 7th spot, anywhere around there. If we can go and take it one game at a time, go 7-3, because our schedule is easier and we don't have to travel as much. I don't think we go past Arizona, I believe, is the farthest that we go, and even that one is, I believe, one of them is in Mexico City. So I think that with McCaffrey is going to be a big difference. It's going to help out Jimmy. Kyle's going to get him involved, and I think we're going to be okay. But does he have to challenge Jimmy? Yes, I think he does, but he already knows what Jimmy is, and he's just like, okay, this is what we got to do. This is the way I have to make the plays for him to make it easier for him to process it quicker, get it out, and let's move down the field. And I think that's gonna happen. McCaffrey's gonna be the key. I don't think we just got him for just a couple of plays. He's gonna get more involved, and I believe that's gonna open up everything for us. So I'm optimistic. I think last year we were 3-5. And I don't know if it's just a habit that we have and that we get behind and then we have to grind it out. But we have a bunch of grinders. And as long as our health comes back little by little and everybody gets healthy, I believe that we do have the talent. And that was what was frustrating today was that we were in a position to win. Just some mistakes, lack of execution, drops, special teams. We just made too many mistakes today, but we were in there. So yeah, I'm optimistic. So that's what I think that Kyle could do to help out Jimmy with involving McCaffrey a little bit more going forward.
Mike, you're on mute, bro.
You're on mute, Mike.
Damn, all right, my bad. Shit. I like playing, freestyling it. I'm a backyard host.
Mike, you just fucked up, dude. You was on mute. It's okay. We just try to make sure if you're not wasting any good words. So we just want to let you know that you're on mute real quick. You know what I'm saying? Just looking out for you, fam.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this thing up here. I'm gonna do the super chat segment.
Skippity bump, huh? I bump it up, bump, cause I'm a fee fire, foe diddly dump. Here I come a Peter Piper. I'm hyping in Pinocchio, no, cause I'm a supercalifragilistic tic-tac-toe. I give you oopsie, daisy. Yo, you remember Dow's effects, bro?
That's effects? Are you kidding me? Come on, man.
Okay, my bad.
Don't do that to me. Not to me, bro.
It just downloaded.
Don't do that to me. Are you kidding me?
My bad. Keep going.
All right. See, that's the breezy y'all like. That's the guy right there. That's the guy right there, man. We in here. We in here. I'm gonna let you guys go. I wanna thank everybody for jumping in here, man. Kenny, I'm gonna let you go. Jaguar, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna give you guys your option right now for your final thoughts of the show, and then I'm going to get to the content creators so they can self-promote and things like that, let people know where to find them and all that. So let's go ahead. Don't leave yet. The show is not over. The show is not over. We still probably have about a half an hour of stuff to cover. We're going to have our super chat segment here, but I am going to get our final thoughts from the other two people here. Jaguayo, I'm going to give it to you first, man. Your final thoughts on what you saw today, the state of the 49ers, and how you think things are going to go overall, man. Like, let's just start wrapping this thing up here.
I think that we just have to look at our division, take care of our division. That's the first step. And then we can worry about just getting into the tournament, getting in there. And I think by that time, we're going to be a better team. And I think everybody's going to be working together. So I think we're in a not the best position, but it's a position that we are familiar with now. And we just got to go forward and execute. And I think we'll be okay. And I just want to thank you guys. Thanks for letting me get on here. And again, I want to apologize. I coming in here kind of hot, but you guys stay blessed and see you guys later.
My man, Jaguayo, man, thank you so much for jumping in here. Thank you for all the super chats that you do. We really appreciate your time, your energy. I know you spend hours watching us a week, and that does not go unappreciated by me. So thank you so much for the continued support, man, and blessings to you and your family. And I will see you soon. All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
My dog right there, man.
All
right, Kenny, man, the floor is yours. You're up next, bro. I want to get your final thoughts on just everything, the state of the 49ers right now. Are you done, bro? Like, is it over for you, man? Like, F it, the season's done. Or did we happen to get through to you? Maybe there's some hope for the future, man. Come on, Kenny. You gotta be the voice for reason, man. Don't listen. Listen. These content creators that are on here, they got to play both sides of the fence. I'm gonna put them all on the spotlight, right? They got to play both sides of the fence. They got to appeal to both sides. Oh, we got hope. Oh, it's over. They got to appeal to both sides. You are going to be the voice of reason. You and Jaguayo, man. Let me know how you sincerely feel right now. Is it over? Is the season done?
Nah, man, the season ain't done, man. These guys just got to look themselves in the mirror, man. They got to come out here. They got to put in that extra work. They just got to be better. You know what I'm saying? My issue, man, is always gonna come to the quarterback. I need Jimmy Garoppolo to look himself in the mirror and be better. How he gonna be better today? How he gonna be better tomorrow? How he's gonna be better moving forward? Because I believe this season right here, a last riding on his play. So, but I think these guys should have a team meeting. You know what I'm saying? Talk about the things that they need to do better. Get the ship righted so we can move forward, get into these playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Get this division back and make it to the playoffs and just take it one game at a time. Start next week with the Rams. Fix everything. Gotta fix the baby things first, man. Take care of the penalties. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, get your formations right, all the little stuff. Get all the little stuff right. And they're gonna be good.
Yeah.
Because I seen something with Ed Reed when he talked about their Super Bowl run. He was like, dudes cutting off the tape, throwing it on the floor. And he was like, man, just take care of the little things. You take care of the little things, everything else gonna fall into place.
I like it, man. I like it. All hope is not
Now,
lost.
that's my take.
All hope is not lost. All right. No, Perk, don't do that. Oh, Perk missed a lot of the show. He talking about so nobody gonna question the coach. I see, bro.
Perk he gotta hit that rewind selector button, bro.
we laid it in the
they
tile,
let the
bro.
coach have it, bro.
Not the coach. The coaches.
We talked about Kyle.
They let
We talked
everybody
about
have it.
D'Amico. We talked about Schneider, bro. We gave them dudes the business. Come on, don't do that to me, Perk. This is me, bro. Don't do that to me, bro. Come on now.
That's now we got in on the coaches. They got to be better, man. I think Rohan and them was saying, you know, like, listen, they just got to go out there. It's not about their game plan. If their players aren't executing, here's my issue. I always say and I'm tired of using this analogy, but I don't care. The greatest teachers are those that are able to adapt to their surroundings, to their students, to their classroom, to their environment, to whatever. Those are the greatest ones. Those are the ones the students remember 30 years later when they see you, be like, yo, Mr. Brown, can I buy you a cup of coffee? Nah, but you can give me a Gatorade. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the ones that are going to remember you because you took the time out to sit there and put them in the best possible scenario to succeed. My question is Kyle Shanahan putting his players in the best possible scenarios to succeed? You don't go and make a trade for Christian McCaffrey and you don't utilize his skill set and his talent. How many screens did they run in this game, y'all? How many times did Christian McCaffrey even get to touch the ball? Okay, so you don't want to run him, you don't want to overrun him, but you not let this guy play football. This dude's been doing it for 6 years. And he's been doing it well. He's been a top running back in the league every time he suits up. And the only 2 years he wasn't was because he was injured. What are we talking about here? You keep telling me we got all this talent. But what's the purpose of having all this talent if our coach ain't talented enough to use it? I'm asking a question. It's just not rhetorical.
No, I mean, like that, bro. I've been with you all night long. I don't buy the whole like, oh, like it's the talent. I don't buy that excuse. I know a lot of people are saying that shit, and that was my point to you earlier in the show. I don't think that the talent is the issue. We have so much damn talent that it has to be the coaching.
I agree with you.
That was my point.
Holly, I agree with you.
An hour ago.
I do. The talent
is bro. Debo Samuel, true or false? Top 15 wide receiver.
Top 10.
Your words, not mine.
He's not being utilized, though.
George Kittle, top 5 or not? Tight end.
Top 10. Because he's not being utilized.
Okay. Kyle Juszczyk.
Top 1.
Okay, exactly. Best.
Running back, top 5. Right. You see where we going?
Christian McCaffrey. That's my point, bro. There's only so many excuses we can keep making for Kyle Shanahan. Now, I will say that this week, working in and forcing in Christian McCaffrey, I'm giving him a little bit of a pass. I know I'm going to get killed for that part right there, but I'm giving him a little bit of a pass. Forcing in this guy, Christian McCaffrey, into his game plan. That was a force. We got this guy on Thursday night, late night. He was given a playbook Friday on the flight over here to California. And then they said, hey, we're going to play you just 2.5 days later.
But Mike, he wasn't the issue, fam.
It's not about being the issue. It's precious snaps and opportunities that were given to somebody that you just acquired. But hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay, I got to come back though. But I got
there's only 63 to 72 offensive plays in the game for the team. And for Christian McCaffrey to get 10 touches in one game, that tells me something. That tells me that it was a concerted effort. I'm going to bring you back in, Rohan. You ready? Okay. That tells me you made a concerted effort to get him involved in this game plan this week. I'm not going to fault Kyle for finding a way to take 10% of his play calls and incorporate a newly acquired player. I can't fault him for that. Plus, you got the whole thing where back-to-back East Coast games, what we do when we get back. Andy Reid not losing 2 games in a row. This was not going to be a game that we were going to win. It wasn't. It wasn't. The reason I went to this party is because I knew I didn't want to watch the game that was about to happen. And I wish I didn't see as much of it as I did. This game is more on coaching, in my opinion. I don't care what anybody says, because we just ran through all the top whatever on the offensive side of the ball, right? We didn't get to Trent Williams, the left tackle, how good Banks is playing, how good Burford is playing, right? We didn't get to the offensive linemen, and then we didn't even touch on the freaking defensive players. Fred Warner, top 5 linebacker, true or false? All y'all gonna say true. Don't waste your breath. Jimmy Ward is supposed to be a top 10 safety in the NFL. Forget turnovers. We're talking about assignment type, right? We're talking about coverage and all that. Jimmy Ward's supposed to be a top 10 guy there. And the way Travarius Ward was playing before the injury, he was a top 5 corner also. The talent on the defensive side of the ball is there. I didn't even mention Nick Bosa, who is a top 5 pass rusher in the NFL. The talent is on this roster. And anybody who says anything different is flat out lying. You are buying time. You're stalling for your coaching staff. It does come back to the coaches. It does come back to the head coach who is responsible for all of it. And the penalties that we've had, we're averaging what, 9, 10 penalties a game?
That's coaching. No, that's coaching. That's coaching.
Yeah. It's too much for a team that has Super Bowl aspirations. And if you didn't think that the 49ers had Super Bowl aspirations, talk to me about the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and future 5th round pick that we gave up to acquire a fucking running back. The running back has been the most degraded position in the NFL in the last 3 years that I've ever seen. There is no value to the running back position in the NFL anymore. And all of a sudden, we're going to give up 4 picks for one? I don't care where they lie. We gave up 4 picks for a running back that is known to be injured. He is a chronically injured running back. We gave it up because we thought that was the piece that was going to put us over the top. If you didn't believe that move told you that this team didn't have Super Bowl aspirations, I don't know what to tell you. But yet here we are. This is the hole that we are in right now. We are staring this in the face. And the Niners have to do something. And y'all can say what y'all want. It's not the talent. It comes down to coaching at this point. And nobody's going to convince me otherwise. It comes down to coaching. There is too much talent on this team for us to say that, oh, well, some guys got to come in here and do better. They got to give these guys better. No, absolutely not. If you got all these star players, all these Pro Bowl and all pro players on this team, you have so much talent on this team. I don't want to hear shit about we need more talent. You literally can't get more talent. You'll be hard-pressed to find a roster better than the 49ers right now. When you go man for man, player for player, and then you start including the depth, the people who are the backups to what we have as the starters when healthy, the excuses go out the window. This is all on coaching, and it starts with Kyle. We got to find a way to hold this dude accountable. That's my take. This is how I feel about what I'm seeing. I didn't even see the game, but this is how I feel about the results of this game. There's no reason the team should come in here and put up 40 plus and we in our house. That is unacceptable. That's unacceptable. And I know D'Amico Ryan's the defensive coordinator. It starts with Kyle. It starts with Kyle. And if they put up 40, we better have to put up 50. You got too much talent on the offensive side of the ball, and you are this self-proclaimed genius. You are the lineage. You're the golden child. You're the prodigal son. You came back to claim your stakes. Then fucking do something with it. Do something with it. You got too much talent on this team. We were all concerned going into this season about the interior of the offensive line. And you know what I heard all night long? Mike McGlinchey and Trent Williams. That's what I heard as far as the complaints on the offensive line tonight. That's what I heard the complaints were. Not Burford, not Brindell, not Banks. I heard the fucking tackles. The first-round pick tackle. The other first-round pick tackle that you acquired for a third and a fifth. The all-pro tackle. Those were the guys that I heard getting the scrutiny on the offensive line tonight. Kyle, you are running out of excuses. I'm not going to say trade this guy. I'm not there yet. I'm not going to say cut this guy. Let's get a new head coach. I'm not there yet. But you're running out of excuses. You can't tell me the grass ain't always greener. I can tell you what I see right now, and this grass is dying. It's withering. You either need to turn on the fucking sprinklers or go get one of those rolls that go out on your lawn that grow the grass in 3 days. You got to do something, bro. Don't talk to me about the grass no more. I don't want to hear it. We are where we are. And it starts with Kyle Shanahan. Too much talent. That's my take for y'all. I'm going to shut up. Kenny, I'm going to drop you out, bro. No disrespect. Thank you for rocking with us. I really appreciate it, all right?
All right, man. I appreciate you having me on. Let me chop it up with you as long as you did.
Absolutely.
Man, shout out to all y'all, man. Keep doing y'all thing, man.
We got you, bro. Thanks for jumping in.
All right, thanks. All right.
All right. To my content creators, man, guys, the floor is yours, man. First of all, I want to thank y'all for jumping in here. You guys could have been anywhere else tonight, and I truly and sincerely appreciate you guys jumping in here with us tonight. All right. So we're going to do this in reverse. I don't know how Mose got over there, but Mose, I'm going to start with you, man. I want you to start first by telling people where to find you. And then I want to get your final thoughts. All right. Just on anything concerning the 49ers. All right. Let me know. Let the people know where they can find you.
Appreciate it, bro. Y'all can find me Instagram, Twitter. Made some changes thanks to my bro Breezy. All one word. What Mose Knows. WhatMoseknows. What Mose Knows on Instagram and Twitter. My YouTube channel is Mose Knows. Type that in the search bar. It'll come right up. I'm also on TikTok. That's where I'm doing my weekly picks, even though the NFL sucks right now. Mose Knows on TikTok. You can find me there as well. Final thoughts on the 49ers, and then I'm gonna jump off, man, because I got to get to bed. I hear the baby down there, but I agree with everything you said, Mike. Like not much needs to be added to that. Like it starts with him, and like you said, we're not at the point of firing, but we have a roster that most, if not every head coach in the league would kill to have. We have a roster that there are some coaches who are sitting at home right now who don't have a job, who are hoping and praying that the 49er job becomes available. Maybe John Lynch, maybe Jed York are tired of mediocre Kyle Shanahan with all of these tools, giving up all of these draft picks, moving up to get Trey Lance, trading 4 picks for Christian McCaffrey. You got Debo, you got Kittle, you got Ayuk, you got Juszczyk, you got Trent Williams, and you're still not getting it done. I call up Sean Payton right now. He'll be 49ers with that defense and all those weapons. I'll be there in a heartbeat. I'll be there on a red eye. Call up Sean Payton right now. My cousin Sid is in the chat. He's like, call up Ken Dorsey from Buffalo. You want a head coaching job, Ken Dorsey? Come over here. There's so many head coaches that would kill to have this job. The only thing that they might not like is the taxes in California. But guess what? They making enough money that they could suffice. So you're absolutely right. There are no excuses. You got to figure it out at this point. You have to figure it out. You just got to figure it out. You got to find a way to get it done. That's what all these other teams are doing. They're figuring out a way to get it done. The Rams found a way to get it done. And I don't care if that was bringing in Von Miller, bringing in Odell Beckham. They found a way to get it done. The Chiefs found a way to get it done. The Buccaneers found a way to get it done. Yeah, they had Tom Brady, but they had other pieces too. They brought in a Leonard Fournette. They brought in an Antonio Brown. They brought in the pieces on defense that they needed. Had some young guys, had some veterans. They found a way to get it done. And this is a results-driven league, right? It's what have you done for me lately? You got to find a way to get it done, Kyle. That's the long and the short of it. Find a way to get it done. I know you didn't want Jimmy Garoppolo. You wanted somebody with a little bit more. Unfortunately, based on your play calling, because I don't know why, if you wanted to keep your young quarterback healthy, you run him up the middle in through the teeth of the defense. But it is what it is. It happened. You got what you got. Find a way to get it done. That's it. I'm out. Love and appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great night.
You too. Yeah.
That's my dog Mose right there, man. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate you, man. All right, let me change this here, man. We're gonna go to hold up. Let me change the background. Where is it? 4. Boom. All right, there we go. I gotta find them, man. It's so much stuff on the side over here, man. Let's go to 49ers Media, man. Anshu, go ahead, man. The floor is yours, man. Let everybody know where to find you. You guys go and subscribe to all these channels that they're telling you guys. Hard work, dedication coming from everybody on this panel that's left. I want to get your thoughts, man. Go ahead.
First off, I want to thank you for having me on your show today. But yeah, you guys can go find me on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram at 49 Media, all the same. So my final thoughts are really it's just it comes down to the coaching because it's not a question about talent. This team is very, very talented. They don't have that many holes at all on this team. It's really just they got to execute, and if they do that, they should be able to win more games now, and should make it in the playoffs. They just have to execute. That's my biggest thing that they have to end up doing. I think if they do that, they're going to be all good.
Yeah, execute the plays that are called. Like we got to do something. If they're not executing, then we got to figure out something else. You know what I mean? It to me, it's that simple. It is that simple. So I completely agree with you guys. Make sure you get on over there. Follow 49ers Media, man. He's bringing a lot of good content, knows his stuff. I say something on the show during the live. I'm like, oh, I think this guy was a 5th round pick. And he's typing right. But now I'm like, he's a 4th round pick. I'm like, there's no way he looked it up that fast. My man is on it. He's good. He's sharp. Make sure you guys get on over there, man. Subscribe, rate, review, all that good stuff, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, man.
See you guys.
All right. Rohan. It's your moment, big dog. Come on now. Let them know where to find you, man. Come on, man. You got a lot of stuff going on over there. Tell them what it is, big dog.
Hey, Mike, like the other said, I truly appreciate you giving me the floor, just chopping it up with all you guys. All you guys have your own perspectives. Bring your own to the table. So appreciate everybody, and definitely good to be on a stream with you. Haven't done this before, and it was a blast. Obviously, heard great things. Wayne's my brother as well. So appreciate really sharing the floor with all you guys. For those of you guys that don't know me, I cover the 49ers for 49ers Web Zone. So be sure to check out that content. Me and Wayne both write articles there. I'm writing at least 5-6 articles at least in general. This past week, I wrote 15 total articles covering both bases. So guys, I'm putting in my work. I hope you guys can just show me some love. Go over there, check out the work over there. But you can search me up on Twitter and on YouTube by my name. It's on the screen right now. I post daily content, or at least try to post daily content on YouTube, be it live streams, whatever it may be. Try and give you guys insight on the latest news. And then on Twitter, I'm giving you guys quick updates as well. So be sure to follow me. And the biggest news that I had, because unfortunately his channel right now, we don't know what's going on, but Wayne recently hit 5K, wanted to share him some love. So on that stream, I said, Wayne, I'm giving away a Christian McCaffrey jersey in honor of you. Everybody go check out my Twitter, because that is currently going on. Be sure to enter the giveaway. Go retweet that one tweet that I had sent out. Follow the instructions there. But like I said, Mike, appreciate you having me on. As for my final thoughts, a lot of people talking about coaching. To me, I do think it is on coaching, like I said. But here's how I see it. The 49ers, it's miraculous how they have failed to put it together. In week 3, it was quarterback play that really drove them down. They lost by 1 in Denver. In week 4 against the Rams, they won 24-9, but offensive execution issues still were there. They only scored 17 offensive points. In Carolina, they scored 30 offensive points and still felt like they put points on the board. And then in week 6 and now week 7, there have been a significant amount of execution issues. And so to me, I do believe it's on the players to execute. If you are that talented, you need to be able to execute. But like I said earlier in the stream, overall, when you talk about execution and if it's a recurring theme, that is on the head coach. I am more optimistic about Kyle Shanahan than probably a good amount of people on the panel. I personally believe he will not be fired within the next 5 years as a 49ers head coach. I think he drafted this guy, and I think the 49ers are going to remain fairly relevant. But you need to stop having these slow starts. The execution issues cannot be lasting till a 1/3 of the season is already done with the amount of talent that you have. That's an issue. To me, I don't think play calling has been an issue all year. In fact, I honestly believe Kyle has become more underrated as a play caller because so many people just point to the play calling when the 49ers aren't working. It's not play calling, it's execution, but you need to put the correct personnel on the field. You need to make sure that your players are executing and relay the message when it's not occurring. That hasn't happened 7 weeks in. I want to see that change in week 8. But again, Mike, as I said, thank you for having me, and appreciate both of y'all, man.
Love you, little bro.
Well done, my guy Rohan, man. Thank you so much for jumping in here, man. We truly appreciate you guys. Head on over there anywhere, WebZone. Get on over there. Follow Twitter handle. You will find it. I promise you, it's there. All right, Rohan, thanks so much, man. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you guys. Have a good night.
You too, man. Wayne,
That's good,
it's our time, man. It's our floor. Now, we got to go through our super chat segment before everyone gets out of here. We are not done. I told you guys.
Not. It ain't over.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Not at all. All right. So, are you ready to do this, man?
I'm
Apparently,
ready.
one of my baby cousins is stranded, and they need a ride somewhere. This is dangerous right now. I might have to go get somebody, and I've had a lot to drink.
Can you start sobering up?
I prefer not to go do this right now.
I understand. Trust me.
Let's get to these the super chat segment here. Here we go. The ticker is up there. All right, you ready to do this, man?
Let's do it, bro.
All right, here we go. The first super chat of the night belonged to Roderick Thomas. I did not see another comment from this person, so thank you for the super chat. We truly appreciate it here at Nothing But Niners. We have a whole segment dedicated to anybody who makes a super chat, but thank you guys so much. All right, Wayne, the next one's for you. Here you go.
Jaguar, man, the man with the when playing a great team, no margin for error. You know, it's unfortunate that you got to play almost perfect. You know what I'm saying, to win a game. I'm telling you, it's okay to like make mistakes, but man, some of them just happen at the worst times. Mike, you were talking about Mike McGlinchey. Like, he usually plays decent, well, good, whatever it is you want to call it. Then there's this one play, and it just happens at the wrong time, right? Jimmy Garoppolo throwing that interception changed the momentum of this game. And look, I'm telling you, Mike, when you watch the game, you're going to feel differently at the beginning because the momentum was clearly there. Defense was playing fast. Guys were on making tackles. They got interception. Hufanga got a pick. Like, it was a lot, right? We scored 10 points on them. We had a 10-point spot, bro. Super Bowl, sound like Super Bowl? Anyway, it ended a lot worse. But yeah, man, there's definitely very little margin for error. Thank you, Jaguar.
Yeah, I completely agree there. All right, this next one's from Martin Stewart. He says, the offense can't carry us for nothing, even if the defense is playing like shit. And, you know, someone mentioned that earlier in the show, right? You know, when the defense was having a good game, the offense wasn't. When the defense was having a good game and the offense was having an okay game, it seems like that's when the special teams start going. We can't get all three phases clicking at the same time. We have yet to see that complete game from the 49ers. The closest is that game where we put up, 37? 30.
I don't even remember that, Mike. That's funny.
Yeah, 37 against the Panthers. That seemed like the game, but even then, the offense left a lot out there. The 49ers had a pick six.
A lot of missed opportunities, yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of missed opportunities. So, you know, we got to see these guys come together and just give me one game where I say, you know what? You know, like I don't expect to see a perfect game. Let me be completely honest with you guys. What I do want to see is a team that plays so good that when one section is having an off night, the other two are like, yeah, don't worry, we got you. We can hold it down until you figure it out in this game, though, not during the next game. Start with a struggle or finish with a struggle, but the other two phases of the game hold you down, and we have not seen that yet. It just seems like it's one phase of the game working really well, and then the other two just are like in the middle of the pack or below average, and we can't have that. Special teams, the first 3 games started out really, really good. I was really surprised with what I saw from the units from Schneider, but we just can't seem to do it. And the weakness all year long, to me, has been on the offensive side of the ball. That's not acceptable. Not at this point in the year, not with this many years in. It's not good.
And not with the pieces that you have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not with the pieces. You guys are a lot of you are missing this talent thing. And Mike, you know what? We can have a lot of talent on this team.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, you know who the most talented person needs to be on this team? I don't think football can be won with the Trent Dilfers now. There's too much talent out there.
Got to get the right quarterback.
And it's unfortunate that we're coming back to that. You know, listen, can I just, before I finish this, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I just wanted y'all to know that. All 420 of you in here, whether you choose to subscribe to the channel or not, I freaking love you. I had to remove myself from this stream, and Mike gave me some time. I had to get my stuff together because I can't explain that shit on here. They don't understand Mike. But anyway, oh, Nick, did you put this one for me on purpose? You're smart.
Hey, the timing was right, man. You go ahead and say what you got to say. And then
this, Donald, man, God bless you and your family, Breezy. We will get you back and your account back, my brother. Listen, Nick, I appreciate you. And thank you so much, man. Like 100%. Like, I appreciate it, yo. Like, it is, man. Like, I really do. And Mike, thank you for, how can I say this shit? If you guys don't know who Mike is, y'all gotta know how 100% authentic of a human being he is. He hit me up and says, Breezy, the people need you. I said, I can't, Mike. I can't. He ain't come back and say, bro, come on. Like, he was like, I understand. That's what he said. And then I looked at my phone and I realized there's not really much I could do. And I missed y'all. I didn't really talk to y'all during the football game. I was just discombobulated. I didn't even watch the game. So I'm going to go watch the game, go to sleep, and get mad again. I'm going to wake up mad. So I'm going to work out in the morning. But Mike, thank you for just like allowing me to have some moment, some time.
Yeah.
And Peachy, I wanted to thank her.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Peachy, yeah, she was there every step of the way. Even putting her stuff on in jeopardy, she just she wanted to make sure that I was okay. So I want to thank her. And Mo's just being gangster. Mo's and Fair. They got online with the kid, and they was
they ready to go.
They
ready to go. They the shooters.
We got
I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't have said that.
You can't say that. But everybody out there, though, y'all 100% authentic, and I just wanted to tell you that I love you, man, and I mean that. So I just wanted to give y'all flowers. But thank you if you help me get back. It's cool, and I know it's gonna take time, but it's all good. It's gonna be better. That's how.
Paste that link in the chat right now, guys. We do have a backup page for Wayne that we're getting going right now. Last I saw, it was already up to 30 just in a short time just tonight. So post that link in the chat really quick. We'll pop that up there, and then I'll read the next message. But you guys that are in here right now, please go and support. We just hit 5,000. We're gonna get them back to 5K, if not more. You know what I'm saying? Like we got you, bro. So the link is there. Make sure you guys go and subscribe right away. You're not gonna see anything. You'll see a symbol. You will see his symbol, and that's what it is. No videos or anything like that. Videos are coming as early as tomorrow. I got you, bro. I don't care if we have to dual post all of these things. I got you, bro. We're going to get you there, man. So we got your back. All right. Y'all make sure y'all get on over there. Show my man some support. The hardest working guy in the industry. Hey, you can't keep a good dog down, bro.
Max,
Hey,
that's what I needed to hear. That's what I needed to hear, bro. I was waiting for that. You gave me time though. You allowed me to be a man and be in my space. But I knew you were gonna have something good to say, and that's what I was waiting for.
Yes, sir. I got you, bro. I got you, man. I'm gonna remind you of Job. I know you're a religious guy. I'm gonna remind you of Job. I ain't gonna say nothing else, but I know you know the story. I know you know the story. I got you, bro. You got to wait this thing out. You know what I mean? So we're gonna get back to it, man. We got a couple more super chats here. They still coming in. Y'all gotta chill because I want to go home. I want to go home. I want to go home.
You already home.
Nah. When the camera's on, I'm not home.
I
This
understand.
is a different world for me right here.
Understood.
I know. Listen, my wife. I think she's been mad at me for the last 2 or 3 hours, bro.
Can I say this, or should I end the show with this? Let's get to the super chats. Let's get to the super chats because I know I'm gonna forget it, but bump it. Let's get.
No. Shoot a text real quick. Type a note or something so you remember it, and then put it in the private chat, whatever it is. Just that way you remember what you're saying. All right. So we had the Javier is the next one. Javier Reyes. He says, "Yo, bring Rohan back on the show. He's speaking facts. Listen, I am not one of those people that don't invite people back on the show. Rohan was a guest tonight. People wonder if I kicked Nick off the show and things. I haven't kicked anybody off the show. Wayne can tell you he's right here right now. We are in an active group chat with Nick, with Tony, with NY. Like I post the link in there and I say, hey, we're going live at this time. If anybody wants to join.
Can I share this, Mike? Because I feel like you always gotta, kind of like do this, guys. Just I'm gonna ask y'all this, right? Everybody, time and people change and things change, surroundings change, people get family, like things just happen. Like you know what I'm saying? You ever had a set of friends, Mike, and then you kind of outgrew them, but and then you end up with new friends. It's just time. So everybody is still all family. It's all love, but just try to respect everybody in their new space, their new things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody don't do the same things anymore. And it's just because time has changed. Like things have changed, and I respect it. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm blessed to be able to do this because I have a wife that's willing to support me doing it. So that's why I was able to leave work. But I told my wife today, I told her today I'm going to go and get back into the school system on tomorrow. I told Mike I'm done. I can't. I'm tired.
He tried to tap out. He wanted to tap out, man.
But I'm just saying, just respect everybody in your individual space. Y'all know how to reach out to us individually. So just maybe shoot if you don't see us here, shoot us a message. You know what I'm saying? And if we don't reply, then we dickheads. And then you don't shoot us a message again. But I know that's not any one of our personalities. I love Nick. Nick is doing well. So that's what Mike is trying to say. He's doing well. He's doing really well. And we miss him.
We got to keep in mind, man, we are people, not programs, right? Y'all are subscribed to Nothing But Niners. Y'all are subscribed to Wayne Breezy, right? But that's the program. It's the people behind it making it work. We are people. We are people at the end of the day. All of us go through shit, myself included, right? But to me, honestly, and we heard Jaguayo say this after dropping all those F-bombs, right? But this is my therapy, right? This is my beeping therapy. And so that's why I do this so consistently. I got a million things going on in my personal life every day. Like it's to the point where I keep a calendar, and if there's something written in a day, that is something important that I have to do. Like my calendars are crazy. Like y'all see all the different things written on there, and it's just too much to remember. But I got a commitment, and this commitment is therapeutic for myself. I get to sit back, I get to relax. Sometimes I pour up a drink, I get to smoke, I get to chill. I need that. I need this. As much as y'all enjoy it and y'all like it, I need to give it. So I'm just glad that we're all here for the same journey, man. I really, really am. Callie Young says, oh, I think this one's for you, Wayne. This one's for you.
He says, we have talent. That was coaching, y'all. Callie, you're right. We do have talent, bro. but sometimes our talent is out talented. Can you say that some teams might have better talent? Isn't that how it's set up? Because it all depends on how the players are developed and things like that. So it's a possibility that some teams are more talented than others. But you're right, we do have talent. I never said we didn't. I said we needed better talent. That was my argument. Like, you know what I mean? And it's when you play juggernauts like this. But you know where that talent starts with 10. Like it just starts with 10. And maybe Mike, maybe y'all, maybe nothing but Niners, maybe just maybe that's why the coaches is lacking. Because they don't have that talent.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. No faith in 10 could mean a lot with play calling, decision making, so on and so forth. So we'll see how it comes out, man. We got to figure something out. This next one is a two-parter by my guy Dan Serrano here. He says the plan should be to go undefeated in our division for the remainder of the games or the remainder of the season. And I completely agree. That is where it starts. We finish 6-0 in the division, and we win just half of our outside games, right? It's a 17-game season. That means we have 11 games that are not division related.
Bro, we
right?
about to go on a
And
crazy
if we win half of those, the lower half of those, that's another 5 games. That is
Mike,
11 wins. I
listen,
think we're gonna be all right. I
Mike,
think we're gonna
listen,
be all right.
let me explain to you. You don't even have to think. How about this? I know we gonna be all right. And I know I'll be writing a bunch of checks, and sometimes they just can't get cash me. I can't make the players play
I
well.
owe you push-ups.
It's all good, bro.
No, it's not all good. We're gonna do the push-ups before the show is over.
Man, listen, man. Save your arm strength, man, for next week, bro. You know what I'm saying? Save it for next week. I was so happy to see George Kittle get in the end zone on National Tight End Day. I could give 2 flying F's about them damn push-ups, bro. I just wanted to. You weren't watching the game, and I just wanted to let you know by me saying that you were like, Kittle scored, like, so you knew.
Yeah,
that's why I said that, bro. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, don't even worry about it, bro. Because at the end of the day, Mike, if you look at the future of the Niners, and I'm talking about this year's future, like the games we haven't played yet, a lot of these games are winnable games. You get what I'm saying? Now, can the 40 and I think the 49ers will be gelling. All right, look, did Trent Williams play like shit? Yup. I'm only gonna mention the good players. Trent Williams played like shit, but it was his first game back. Mooney played like shit, but it was his first. It was a game back off of an injury he sustained in Atlanta. All right, so let's just call it like it is. Hufanga left the game for an injury, came back. Like the defense, Jimmy Ward's playing with a club, and it was his first game after coming off of the IR. Right, he played 2 plays the last time, guys. This is where I get optimistic. I'm glad we overreacted. I'm glad I got all of that out of my system. It's probably gonna be a little leftover for nitty gritty tomorrow because we're gonna do nitty gritty. But I'm just saying, y'all got to keep y'all heads high, man. Y'all got to keep, like my man Tracy Lee, keep your heads high. I'm telling you, because the season isn't over. It's gonna even itself out. And that's what Mike is talking about when you look at the schedule. And then look, we get people back when we need them back. Eric Armstead, I'm sure will be back after the bye week. I don't know about Javon Kinlaw, but I'm okay. Give me Eric. I'm good. Kinlaw should probably take the rest of the season off and try to get fully healthy for his final year. Well, his final year and his tenure here, because he only has 1 more year on his contract. So if he can get fully healthy, that's when you can fully access the Kinlaw. But Eric Armstead, I think, will be back, and you're going to get guys back, Mike. So I'm with you, man. The future looking bright. And I'm not talking Trey Lance future. I'm talking about right now with the current realm, because like you said, like Kylie said before, you said the talent is here. My question then is, can our coach develop the talent?
It remains to be seen, my man. It remains to be seen. Seabass has the next super chat here. Seabass Johnson says, this one's on you. Go ahead.
Because you can't read it. I got you.
No, man. I read the last two. I'm trying to keep it in order, you jerk.
He says, Seabass Johnson, thank you for the contribution.
He
He
said
says,
Shanna scam. I could read that.
Shanna scam, one more try with Trey Lance or he's gone. I hate to burst your bubble, bro. He gonna get at least 2 years with Trey.
Mm-hmm.
So get ready for it.
Yeah.
I'm just
absolutely.
keeping in the buck. He gonna get at least 2 with Trey.
Yeah. Yep. And then we got two of them.
Up to 120 subscribers, man. Thank y'all.
We got two back-to-back from Sid. And if I'm not mistaken, this is who Moses is talking about, his cousin Sid right here. He says, it didn't matter if it was Mahomes or a pitch. Everyone on the Chiefs did their jobs consistently. 49ers didn't. It's all about execution. Now, see, I agree. But what does who determines execution? Right? Like Wayne.
But the see,
you hear me out. Me, you, Mose, Tony get helmets and we walk out there and Kyle's got to work with us. Okay. But we just aren't fast enough to get separation.
No. Okay, so it starts with the coaching. So I see exactly where you're going right now, right? It's the coach's job to put us in the best positions to win based off of our skill sets. It doesn't make sense for the coach to sit there and say, Mike, I need you to run a post route, knowing you're going to run one and then have to come back next week because you're done after that first one. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he has to know that. He has to know that I'm probably good for a couple of runs, and then after that, you better be subbing me out.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he has to know that, and that's my issue. Now, it's not just Kyle. This is where I give Kyle a little slack. Kyle, there's no way in the world a head coach is managing all that stuff in a game by himself. He's got complete my sentence, bro, because I know you know what I'm saying.
He's got assistants, he's got coordinators and all that stuff, right? But he's got to press these guys. That was one of my questions.
Not during the game, but after the game, he's got to
and after the game. He's got to hold his guys
during the game is what I'm saying. Like during the game, it's kind of hard because you still trying to stay focused on your game plan.
Yeah.
So during the game is going to be hard, but before the game and after the game, Kyle Shanahan's got to hold these coaches accountable. And now I don't know if Kyle's that guy.
So I know he's the guy that gives them freedom, right? He says half the time when he calls a play, he doesn't even know who's going out there. He just knows the personnel packages, right? He knows the amount of wide receivers that are out there, right? But when those guys start messing up, who is the one responsible for saying, hey, you messed up, and these are going to be the results of you messing up on that?
I don't know if Kyle knows right then and there, unless it's blatant, who's messing up. Usually Kyle says, what? I got to go back and watch the film, right? And then he handles it. And so, but them offensive line coaches, the running backs coaches, the wide receivers coaches, the tight ends coaches, who's a new coach, these coaches got to be held accountable for their players executing like they do, and then the players got to execute. Now, I don't fault a coach for a player missing the ball. No. See, there's different levels to this execution stuff because we watched plays scheme for plays to get open, and next thing you know, they dropping wide open passes. That's not the coach's fault.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I will never fault a coach for a perfectly designed play and then the ball not being caught.
Now, when you factor in these penalties, bro, like, yeah, go ahead, dog. I got you. When you factor in these penalties, y'all, like that to me as a coach would burn me up more than giving up a touchdown with no penalties.
Yeah.
If I gave up a touchdown and my team just got beat, you know what I'm saying? Defense was just getting pushed off the ball, whatever. I can go to D'Amico and say, get they shit together. 2 weeks. But if they got beat and got a hold, illegal touching, offsides, neutral zone infraction, all on one play, D'Amico, what's good?
Right. You got your star all pro, should be all pro, defensive end jumping off sides or lining up in the wrong spot 2 consecutive plays. That's not good. So I'm with you here. All right, this next one's here. Let's do this, man.
At the Apollo today. Listen, Apollo, thank you.
Can I do a round of applause for this brother real quick before I go? Like, I got.
There it is. Apollo in the building. All right. Listen, love y'all. If Cone Cab get big tips, I think you can. If Cone can get big tips, causing friction in the fan base, I'm gonna wait for Mike's long ass applause to end. That's way too long, Mike. He's got to fade that out in about 7 seconds. Apollo, thank you so much for the contribution to Nothing But Niners. Listen, love y'all. If Cone can get big tips just for causing friction and the fan base, my peoples can get big tips or can get tips for being real with their takes. Man, listen, you have no idea how much I appreciate this contribution. You have no idea how hard sometimes it is to always make sure you keeping it 100 and keeping people at bay and keeping the content people in the media like satisfied. It's really hard. And I love when we're able to come and do these shows. We could just come up here, be ourselves. And that's the one thing I got from Nothing But Niners. That's why I took it to nitty gritty. So we're gonna just be nitty gritty with everything, yo. Let's just keep it nitty gritty. Now I know it is what it is, but you know it's always cool to just be 100% authentic. When players are trash, when players play like trash, we should be able to point it out. When players play like $1,000,000, we should be able to point it out. Why is it that we have to only do one or the other? And I never understood that when it comes to this fan base. Like we should be able to talk about their discrepancies and fix their deficiencies and fix all that by giving constructive criticism. Now, it might be harsh. It's football. They should be able to take it. You know what I'm saying? It's the toughest sport in the league. They should be able to take it. And it's unfortunate they want to block. I get it. They want to block us. They do that. That's their prerogative, you know. But at the end of the day, man, we should be able to do the things that we do and feel, you know, comfortable and satisfied from that. So thank you so much for that contribution, Apollo.
Hey, you know what I appreciate the most about this super chat right here, right? He says if Cone can get big tips for causing friction in the fan base, that's negative. My peoples can get tips for being real. He didn't say being positive, being real. If you guys go back and listen to tonight, you're gonna hear negative, you're gonna hear positives, and everything in between. I don't like that Kyle did this, but I'm not giving up on him yet because I don't like that Jimmy did this. How can we fix Jimmy? Da 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 da. I don't like that the defense, the special teams is doing. We talked about the whole gamut of things. It wasn't just one or the other. This was not a completely negative episode. This was negative, and how do we fix it? What do we want to see if we can't fix it? This was all of it. This was the whole gamut of what 49ers talk is tonight. And you guys heard from some great personalities. So Apollo, thank you so much for this super chat. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is the biggest super chat of the year so far. So shout out to our guy Apollo. I don't even know who they are. And what a name to drop this kind of super chat, right? Like Apollo. Like, come on.
Don't they got a new Apollo, a new Creed coming out? They got a new Creed 3.
They have a new Creed coming out. That's right, they do. And he's going against his homeboy that apparently, from the looks of the preview, took the rap for somebody else and did the bid. So I know a couple of guys. Well, never mind. Let me shut up. All right. This next one here is from Kenneth. He says nobody wants to hold anybody accountable. Kenneth Jennings, if you posted this at 11, that was about an hour and a half ago. I'm sure you saw us hold everybody accountable.
I think he's talking about as far as the teammates. I like the players.
Oh, I thought he meant maybe the panel didn't want to hold anybody.
Okay. He knows that. I'm thinking he's more talking about just the players on the team. Because remember, I said I want to see the pressers. I want to see what Jimmy said this week. Because he clearly
even with that though, there is a clip of Brandon Ayuk on.
I saw that, but I didn't see it. But I know what you're talking about.
Right, where he's in the locker room saying, "Look, it's unacceptable for us to score this low amount of points. There's too much talent on this roster for us to score just 20. What I don't even know what they scored. 23?
Nah, they scored more than that, right?
No, 23. We scored 23 points. You see how I said that number, you were like, nah, there's no way. Nah, they scored more than that. But that's my point.
I thought they would get 28. That's
Ayuk's point also. We are too talented to put up 28 points in the game. Too many people out here. So They are going to hold each other accountable. I wish the bye week was now before the Rams game. I really, really do. I really wish that we had a week off. We play the Rams. We get right. We're well rested. We believe in what we just did after the bye week, and we take the league by storm. By the way, I think we're going to take the league by storm following the bye week anyway. But
Well, I think it starts. It's going to start this week, and then they get right. And I know it's a bye week, and I'm hoping Kyle Shanahan does let the players rest, but I wouldn't be surprised if if players get together and they work out, because that would turn me, that would actually turn me on, bro. If they figured out how to get together during that bye week and get some extra work, man, listen, that'll get me sold.
Absolutely. What's the next one here? You got the next one there?
I got you, brother. This is my guy right here, Master Chef in the building. You know what? This is from Mike, though. Sorry, Mike. Mike McGlinchey has to go.
All right. So, I mean, look, I hear it. McGlinchey has to go. And it feels good in theory, especially in the heat of battle. But who is the alternative?
Okay.
Now, I will say,
man, I miss
Jalen Moore didn't look bad playing left tackle while Trent was out. Jalen Moore didn't look bad playing left tackle while Trent was out.
He
Can
sucked
he do it on the
today.
right side? Huh?
When he came in, he was terrible today.
He went in today?
Jalen Moore was one of the people that didn't he whiff that block or whiff something? Something happened with Jalen Moore.
Wait, one of our tackles got injured today?
Nah, I think he was. I don't know if he was in on the left or the right side. Remember, I wasn't really paying attention to.
That makes two of us, bro. So I'm bad to answer this right now. But my point though is this though. Even if what you're saying is accurate, he did go in and look bad. What's the alternative? Right? Sometimes you got to work with what you got. Jake Brendel, Mike McGlinchey might be two of those pieces. Mike McGlinchey and Jake Brendel have been going back and forth with you have a bad game, I have a bad game. You have a bad game, I have a bad game. Right? And we gotta for whatever reason, the staff believes that they're the best option. And if the little bit I know about Chris Forrester, I know more about him than I would choose to, but the little bit I know about him is that he don't bite his tongue.
Good point.
And if you are a bad player and there's somebody better, he's not going to hesitate to sit your ass down and make you the backup. And so that tells me that for whatever reason, Mike McGlinchey is the best option the Niners have currently. All right. We'll see if they choose to bring him back and all that stuff, but we'll see how things go. But as of right now, it feels like Mike McGlinchey is the best option. And never, ever apologize to me for your opinion. Ever. Even if our opinions don't align, you don't have to apologize to me, man. You are my guy. And stop sending me those beautiful videos of that delicious
man. Listen,
bro,
man.
He's had, you know what DoorDash is? You know how dangerous DoorDash is? So he sends us a video, and then I start looking for that kind of food on DoorDash. First time in my life this weekend, I had Thai food. Hold on. Oh, my wife ordered them.
Wait, so you never had Thai food before?
Never.
Really?
Never.
I prefer that over any of the Asian dishes.
Yeah.
It's got a different spice to it. You know what I mean?
It was incredible. I can't wait to eat. Like that's how good it was. I ordered extras, like just in case I liked it. You know what I mean? I got a big family, so it's easy to dish it out if you don't like it. But yeah, man. So this Thai food has been incredible for me so far. Let's keep this thing moving here. E-double Wayne, this one is for you. Oh, never mind. I'll answer this one because I made a comment. He says Shepard's flock. Who were you talking about, Show Enough? All right. So what I was saying was, when it comes to the 49ers fan base, right, there is a robotic response depending on what videos they watch first, right?
Okay.
Depending on who they are hardcore to. Like the Grant Cohn fans will cling to whatever he's saying, and that's their gospel going forward. They'll watch a game and let someone else form their opinion for them. Mm-hmm. Or you have a side of the fans that I watch the game, I think I have an opinion, but I'm going to wait for PFF to confirm. right? I won't say anything. I won't text it. I won't tweet it. Let me just wait for the numbers to come out to see if what I think I saw is right. Okay. In that scenario, PFF is the shepherd and that person is part of the flock. Those people waiting for those people to form their opinions, that's shepherd versus flock. The flock is there and they outnumber the shepherds, but they need the shepherds to guide them. And so us content creators, no matter how you try to spin it, you guys can try to take this negatively if you want to. It's not a negative at all. But us content creators, we are 2 people on this show right now with 400 people watching. Look at that ratio. People are going to hear us, and something, it doesn't mean everything, something we say is going to be embedded in their brains. They're going to say, I like that. They're going to take that home. And that's going to be a part of their conversation next time they discuss the 49ers. That makes us shepherds. You know what I'm saying? We're the ones with the louder voices only because of our platforms. It's not, I'm not putting us on a pedestal or anything like that. It's our platforms. It's the number of people that choose to subscribe, watch, and indulge us to entertain us. It's the number of people. It's our platforms, not us. It's not just the individuals. But we become the shepherds when we are the content creators and we have the ear of the masses. And we have a responsibility to these people to keep them balanced.
Okay.
Everything ain't always sunshine and rainbows, but it's also not always the bottom of the barrel and woe is me. There's usually a happy medium, and we can come to that. We have to find that and give that to our people. We owe that to them as content creators. So, E-Dub, that's what I was talking about, man. Hopefully you understand that. All right, Wayne, I took that last one. This one's for you.
Let's go. Andrew Burt. Thank you for the contribution. If Kyle is really holding Jimmy back, why when Trey has the same plays called Trey throws to different and deeper players? Well, I think Trey sees the field differently than Jimmy Garoppolo. So Trey is already looking. Trey first read is looking downfield. Like, believe it or not, he's not looking for the first throw, that quick throw. Trey's issue is because he's looking for that first read and it's not there. The second read isn't there. He struggles getting that check down, that safe read, that the quick throws. And they're like the exact opposite. If we could put Trey and Jimmy together, you'll probably have a dangerous ass quarterback. I think that's what it is. You have the athletic, deep arm route throwing, and then Trey Lance, who can see and scan the whole field and make just about every throw. And then you got Jimmy, who's able to get the ball out quick, unless somebody's in his face, but he's able to get it out quick, and he makes that first throw, quick read, because the play is so schemed open for Jimmy. I think Trey struggles with schemed open plays. I think Trey wants to get the ball down the field. And so I think that's the difference, right? I think, and I could be wrong, Andrew Burt, but after watching the two and Trey not playing for much, but just seeing what Trey likes to do, how many times we saw Trey throw the ball down the field in the game? He's looking for that throw, and they're there. It's just that Jimmy, it's not that Jimmy hasn't been trying. It's just that that's not Jimmy's game. And I'm going to keep it a buck. I'd rather Jimmy just fricking slice and dice and cut and underneath and do all that and get the ball into the end zone. And I know sometimes you got to take the top off the D, but again, when you do that and you go second and long because it wasn't intercepted and you're not comfortable running the ball like Kyle Shanahan has been lately, it forces Jimmy to have to make other throws, and they're just not there all the time.
Yeah, they're not quite ready for that yet. Not yet. All right, this next one here is from 49ers Throwback. Thanks for the super chat. He says, I agree, Mike. If Moses' son does something wrong, he will be disciplined. It's about taking accountability. Gotta play complementary football. I mean, look, the chat is self-explanatory. We have to complement each other. I'm so tired of seeing one-sided with these phases. You know what I mean? When the defense looks like they can't hold up, offense got to step it up. They haven't shown the ability to do that all season. In fact, if the defense can't score or can't get multiple turnovers, the Niners are in really, really bad shape. We are too far along in the development of Jimmy Garoppolo in this system for that to still continue. We have to complement each other. Hey, I'm a top 10 defense, but, I'm tired today. Can I not just hold this team to 17 points What if I hold them to 24? Just one more touchdown. Can y'all do 25 points, please? We got to help each other out. We got to lift each other up when the other is down. So that's really what it comes down to. Throwback. Thank you so much for the super chat. All right. Here's one from Cornelio 49ers. You got it? You ready?
At the end of the day, it's not the coach, it's the quarterback. But at the same time, it is the coach because he had the quarterback in there. Cornelio, yes.
This was when we were going back and forth.
I agree.
The egg thing, you know.
I agree. It's but what do you do, Cornelio? What do you do, Faithful? Jimmy's your only option. Well, Mike,
I asked that question. If Purdy had scored that touchdown, I know I got laughed out the room, and I get that, right?
Now you didn't get laughed out the room. Everybody was agreeing with that was Purdy.
It's far-fetched, but if Purdy had scored that touchdown, that was the last drive that the Niners had that night. People would have been like, holy smokes, why are we putting Jimmy back out there?
Mm-hmm.
But you would have also had a large portion of the people coming back saying it was garbage time. It was against their backups. They're going to go out and see who was benched on that play and all that. So, we'll see what happens. But yeah, Cornelio, in my honest opinion, the coach is not the one that has to execute, but he is the one that has to put the players out there that have to execute. It's each other. It's each other. That's why this is the most important team game ever. This is where team mentality really, 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 really helps. Baseball, you got outfielders, you got shortstops and all that. You got your pitcher, right? But when you guys are out there, the ball has to come your way and you got to make your throw.
Bingo.
It's not often you got to depend on each other. In football, every single play takes 11 people doing 11 things right for that play to be successful.
Preach.
It's that simple. It's that simple. So thank you for the super chat. Jaguar was back in here. He says, appreciate all your hard work and you stay blessed. My man made multiple super chats and he came on the show and was the Hispanic voice from above for
just trying to be ready, man.
Look at him getting him in early, man. But yeah, Jaguar, thank you so much for the super chat. All right. This one is for you. Black Caesar is on the board. Wayne, what you got, man?
This is my guy. Black Caesar, Breezy. You'll be back bigger and stronger. That dude is a bozo. Clown. It's a little kid, too. That's the part that's killing me, yo. Right? It's a little kid, but
all right. I'm not trying to be funny, and this you don't have to answer this if you don't want to. We could talk off mic, but how do you know he's a little kid? Like I keep hearing people say like he's a child. He's
bro, we just watched this cat on live. He took his helmet off and everything. Like the kid is a kid, little black kid too. Matter of fact, if I get a hold of that IP address, it's a wrap.
It's like it's really a little kid. Like
I don't
when y'all say little kid, like what are we talking? Like
11.
Like I was saying, my son's 13. Like we talking that
probably in that range, 11 to 13.
Oh, freaking A. So he don't even know what to do with the channel. He don't have a bank account to send money to.
He has a Cash App.
Yeah, but you're oh man, I don't want to do this right now, but I blocked him, but I blocked him from the chat.
Good. Because I don't want I can't deal with it right now.
Your YouTube should be linked to a routing. Yes or no?
I'm trying to get YouTube.
No. Don't tell me what you're trying to do. I don't want you to put your business out there.
Okay.
Currently, it should be linked to a routing, the AdSense.
Mm-hmm.
Yes or no?
Yes, and that's who I have to reach out to now.
A 12-year-old ain't gonna have that to change it.
I hope that you're right, but it's linked to my email and I can't log in because he got my email.
We're gonna read the rest of these super chats on something. I'm gonna put your old shit on here. Oh, it looks like YouTube is preventing you from live streaming at this time. Head to YouTube. Oh, so you already reached out to them. They're not even letting me add you on here.
They're not?
The old joint.
No, the old he changed that.
It's not letting me add it. Okay, so I can't. I was all right. I wanted to test something out.
I see what you're doing.
I wanted to test something out, but I won't. Okay. All right, cool. Never mind. Let's keep the show moving. We'll discuss this later. Cornelio is back again. He says, simply, I love man. I love man. I mean, all men, all people, I love you, man. Was this that Bud Light commercial? I love you, man. Remember those commercials back in the day? Homeboy sitting on the dock. He was like, I love you, man. He was like, I love you too, but you can't have my Bud Light. Remember those commercials, man?
Hell yeah, bro. They don't make them. They don't make it. Well, my favorite Bud Light commercial, since we talking about Bud Light, has nothing to do with men. It was the frogs, and it was the Bud. It was the Budweiser.
Bud
Wise.
Yes, bro. They came out with that commercial. The first time I saw that was in the Super Bowl. And the crazy part is,
it was the Super Bowl like 1991 or something, 91 or 92.
Don't get me lying on the year, but
okay, but it was might have been
very
2000.
first commercial. Homeboy just said Bud, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then the next commercial in the second quarter was like Bud Wise, Bud Wise, yeah, it was like, wait, what?
Yeah,
and
I know
then at the
like,
last
what?
part of the Super Bowl, they put the whole thing together. And I was like, wow, those Budweiser frogs. That's what it was called. The Budweiser frogs. Like, you type that in on Google, you'll see what we're talking about. Wow, we really took it back there, bro.
Mm-hmm.
We really took it back. But shout out to Budweiser, man. Not the official sponsors of Nothing But Niner. So, all right, let's keep it moving here. Jaguar was back
who's
again,
be
man.
the official sponsors of Budweiser?
Huh? Is that Budweiser?
No. Read the name, Mike.
Mike's Hard Lemonade right there, man. Red Freeze. What flavor? Like, what is that? What is
this
that?
junk is like red lemonade, bro. This junk blazing.
Hey, wait. Take a final cheers with me, bro. Let's go out with a bang, man. Here we go.
How quick I was with that stop?
Mm-hmm. Jaguar says, prayers to your family, Breezy. Faith is strength.
Thank you, Jaguar. I missed the whole trash can, bro.
I love it. I love it. Hey, listen, there's a super chat I can't wait to get to. I can't wait for you to read it. This is something I've been thinking on. Like, I've been trying not to take it there. We had a whole panel on earlier. There's a super chat that I can't wait to get to. I think it's from my man Sean, but we'll get to it when we do. Bailey Aux is in here. This one's for you, man. Go ahead, bust this thing down, man.
Oh, that's my man Brian, yo. Bailey Aust. Thank you for the contribution. He says, just wondering what happened to Brian in Oregon. Are you still in Oregon?
Yeah, from my understanding, he's still out there. Brian every once in a while pops in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he said straight up, like, Mike, arguing with people just got too taxing. It was just a little too much. You know, nothing against me, he said, nothing against Nick, nothing against the shows that we were doing, but he was just like, listen, guys, podcasting at this level is not for everybody.
Correct.
It's one thing if you have, and I'm not shitting on anybody. It's one thing if you have 8 people in your live. It's one thing if you have 20 people in your live. It's another when there's 400 and you can't help but read all the comments that go. That stuff messes with you because as soon as you say something that people don't like, they let you know right away.
Preach.
They'll call you names. They'll attack your character. They'll talk on you like they know you. They talk about your opinions. They'll act like everything you ever said for your entire life has been trash. Why are you even here? This level of podcasting is not for everybody, especially if you read the comments. I'm learning though. I'm learning to read the comments. And I still don't let it affect me. Like, I'm here because I want to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I listen, I'm telling you all the truth. I am who I am, and there's nothing that's going to change that. So, but Brian straight up told me, like, Mike, like, I'm tired of arguing. And I don't think it was just the chat. I don't think it was just the lives. I also think it was a lot of what was going on in the group chats. Because as much as we give it here in the live,
it's even worse. We
go at each other because we feel like we know each other. It's a brotherhood. Me and my brother can argue. Me and my brother have literally, hey, step outside. We knuck up. You know what I mean? We pick the person up off the ground. We go inside and we help mom serve dinner, right? So the group chats are like that. We're brothers in that group chat. You know what I mean? So Brian just needed a break from it all, or a break, or he just wanted to stop it, however you choose to look at it. But Brian is still good. I will text him tomorrow, ask him how he's doing, let him know people were asking about him, and maybe I can get my man to be a guest on one of the shows soon. So tune in, man. Maybe I'll have him jump in on the Patreon. All right. So good. Thank you for asking. I'm glad you remembered my man. All right, here we go. Cornelio says, and I quote, I love you, Mike. Thank you so much. I think this is when you were giving me my flowers earlier. I think that's when this came in. It says 12:15. That was about 30 minutes ago.
Oh wait,
so
so
yeah.
he's mocking me?
No. He's like you were giving me my flowers, and you were like, I don't know if y'all understand the type of person Mike is. And I saw that in the chat a lot. I saw, Pert saying it. Mike is the type of friend that everybody needs and things like that. And Cornelio was just buying into what you were saying. You sold the goods he bought, and he was like, I love you, Mike. So thank you so much, Cornelio. I appreciate it. I'm assuming it's a guy. I have that same shirt, by the way. That nah, man, that shirt gets me in a lot of trouble because now my kids walk around saying, Daddy, what's this? And I'm like, oh, don't put your hands down. No, don't do that. Now, the cool thing is I can tell my kids, what's that mean? It means fuck you. Ooh, that's really bad, Daddy. Because I curse in front of my kids. Yeah. I got the kind of kids where I curse in front of them and you still better not say it.
Mm-hmm.
Where we used to be the household where I won't say it, so they don't say it. We're not that family anymore. I'm so happy because my youngest is 4 and she's old enough for me to say, hey, you can't say that. I can say it, you can't. And she understands why. So I'm happy. When you got 2 or 3 year olds, it's a little bit different. You say shit, they saying shit.
I could dig that.
So, it is what it is. All right, Wayne, this next one is for you. This is the one I was looking for. You ready?
Hit me with it.
Before you read it, let me play a round of applause, man. Oh, this is the one I've been looking for all night right here. Let's go, baby. All right, Wayne.
I gotta wait 30 seconds for your applause to start. Yo, I'm passive aggressive, Mike. I know you know that by now. But the funny thing is, when you went away for a second, and you played,
I heard you. I went to the bathroom with the door open, and I turned the speakers all the way. I heard you saying, "Mike, long ass applause." I heard you. I heard what you said.
I mean, I hope you did that. Anyway, so for my brother Sean, he says, Breezy's such a blatant and obvious attack from the devil. I prayed, sent Jesus into the situation. Look at the level of attack. Really, look at God as your shield. You were meant for greatness. Be blessed, fam. Sean's words and they resonate. And I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much for the contribution. I'm sure you'll give me a text message. We'll pray before I go to bed. I know all that stuff go down when it comes to Sean. I never have to worry about prayer. He's on top of it. He's a prayer warrior. If you ever needed a breakthrough, that's your guy right there. And please pray for my little nephew Kanan, man. We need him to get into his school. Don't think I forgot, but we need him to get into the specific school. And we're speaking that into existence right now. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thank you, Sean.
Let's go. Sean always chimes in with a unique sense of humor and things like that. His quips and all that, they're all often mistaken. If we don't explain it, people don't get it. But when it all comes down to it, when it's all said and done, Sean is a man of faith, and he will not hesitate to let you know, hey, be ye not, never mind, I'm not going to do it. But Sean is that type of guy. He's going to let you know, steadfast and immovable. You know what I mean? Like that, he's going to let you know. So I appreciate Sean and his sincerity. The sincerity is what makes it unique, right? You can be sincere in any way, and I'll appreciate it. Negatively against the Niners, negatively against what I say, just be sincere. I have an appreciation for all of that. Sean is sincere in his positivity and his faith, and I really, really like that. So you're never going to get a negative word from me about Sean. This next one is for me. He says Jim was horrible this game, talking about the quarterback. I figured it out. Jim's long balls are all pop-ups. That just sounds pause-worthy. He says, oh, my God, 2 safeties in a year? That's true. Wow. Y'all did tell me he had another safety this game. And we're only halfway through the year, Sean. His second safety on the year, and we're not even halfway through the season. He says, we need a cornerback to 2KY, 2Kai. Oh, we need a cornerback too. Kyle is responsible for crappy QB play. Kyle picks his quarterback.
If I was in a collegiate class and Sean was taking notes because I was out doing whatever, I would fail every test, bro.
This is shorthand. This is called shorthand. You got to learn how to interpret the shorthand. I think I'm getting pretty good at showing shorthand, bro.
I wouldn't have got Kyle from Kai. Like 2K, just
no. We need a cornerback too, and then the dash is a whole new statement.
Hey, Sean,
Kyle
guess
is
what?
responsible for crappy quarterback play.
I don't know if YouTube got restrictions for characters. So next time, just write the shit out. Like you could write it all out on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Now, if this is Twitter, I could dig it. This
right.
Is YouTube.
You can't go from this long ass 3-liner to a 2-liner, showing like you didn't have to abbreviate anything there. You could have said what you wanted to say, right? Maybe he had to go to Nicanor, man. You don't know why he had to abbreviate, bro.
Nah, it's true. But listen, I wanted to talk about the Jimmy Garoppolo safety before we get up out of here. Look, I know Jimmy isn't the reason we got backed up because I see people talking about that out there. But Jimmy's the reason why we got the safety. And you can put blame on Kyle. You know what I mean? Because I still don't know. There's 2 plays I'd rather see Kyle Shanahan run. 2 types of plays, either a dive or a draw, or not a draw, a dive. I need a lead blocker. So put 20 to 21 personnel up in there. Matter of fact, put 22 personnel up in there. Just have 1 wide receiver. What's the what are we doing? Like, that doesn't take creativity to put 22 personnel out there. And then
it takes situational awareness.
But
that's what's missing. Wayne, that's it.
But you're talking about situational awareness from the player's perspective, Mike. No, but that's my point.
Players don't plays; they don't dictate the personnel. You just said, "Give me 21 or 22 personnel." The players don't make that decision.
That's a good point.
It's situational awareness.
But my thing is this, right? You could put 22 personnel out there, run a tight end screen at George Kittle. You just did it last week when we was on the 1-yard line. So why would you have a rollout bootleg Jimmy Garoppolo? I don't get it. I don't get it, Kyle. I don't get it. So anyway, the team is out of sync, and it's because it starts with the head coach. So the head coach needs to we got to get into this bye week because the coach needs a reflection time. He needs a moment to reflect, right? He needs to look in the mirror again. That's what I call our bye week, Mike. I call it the mirror on the wall week. And that's what Kyle Shanahan needs to do. He needs to look in the mirror and be like, all right, man. And then once he sees himself and sees his reflection, because you got to look at this like this, right? I didn't realize my phone was recording me. So it's got like a whole damn message ready to send the text message to somebody. Stop talking, phone. Stop talking, Mike. Anyway, you got to look at it like this. Kyle is the visionary. He's the guy that has the plan. Now he has people to sit there and kind of assist him in the plan or whatever like that to make sure C goes forth. Those are his consistent coaches, right? And then it comes down to the players. So execution doesn't necessarily start with the players. It starts with the coaches being able to call the right plays. And that's my only bickering beef with Kyle Shanahan, bro. Right? We got beat again, Mike. You ain't watched the game, and I ain't watched the game. I'm keeping $100,000, but I did watch plays, and I watched the Chiefs. I must have saw every Chiefs scoring play for some strange reason. And you know what type of plays they were, Mike? We got beat 2 jet sweeps in the end zone, bro, from a guy named McCole Harmon who's sitting on my bench because I thought he wasn't gonna get no burn in fantasy football, and that cat would have won my league this week. They stopped everybody else. Travis Kelce got his TD. They stopped everybody else. So you mean to tell me we got to the red zone, Mike, and Jimmy throws, he misses Jeff Wilson Jr. wide open and throws a floater Hail Mary in the end zone for them to come down and catch. And those are my gripes with the team and the organization, and clearly they're not on the same page. Clearly. And I'm not making excuses for Jimmy.
No, you can't. You can't.
But damn it, Like, at the end of the day, we want Jimmy to go out there and execute, yet that play call was trash. There's no reason why we should be running a bootleg in the end zone. Remember the safety in Denver?
We ran a play action play, a long developing play action play at the 2-yard line.
So why do anything like that? Why not just run it and get 2 yards? Get a yard. Shit, don't get 0 yards. Run it again. Punt the shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to punt.
Yep.
I don't care if we lose.
Instead, the alternative is 2 points and a possession. That's crazy. That's crazy to me.
I don't look.
And Mitch Wisnowski punted what, once or twice this whole game,
bro.
And the one time he did punt, we got the ball back. It was a turnover in our favor.
Samuel Womack.
It was a turnover in our favor,
and that's when Jimmy threw the interception. Mike,
come on, man.
We were at the one. We were at the.
I don't want to turn up again at the end of this, man.
No. Right, we resolved.
No, because you like I get what you're saying, but it's like the things that we do well, or even in the bad game, the things that are working, we get away from it. I'm not going to do this. All right, go ahead. I'm listening. I'm sorry.
No. It's your turn to bicker. Like it doesn't. This stuff doesn't make sense. We're not the only, and then I know, Mike, if it doesn't make sense to me, and if it doesn't make sense to you, I know damn well it don't make sense because there's a bunch of smarter people out there than I am, and I know it ain't making sense to them. What's going on, Raj? And I don't understand, right, why the 49ers sit there, play conservative. Like, why throw it? If it ain't a fade route, if you're on the 5-yard line, you're not throwing a fade route to the end zone to where only your guy can get it. Why have a passing play? Yeah. If we get stopped on all 3 downs on runs, fuck it. Kick the field goal. We had no problems doing that before. Things are off. I'm going to do my show in the morning, guys. I'm going to do the Wayne Breezy show in the morning. Things are off, but I wanted to gather your thoughts. I wanted to leave with this. Look, man, I'm going through some shit, but
wait, we're not leaving yet. What you doing?
Oh. I'm just okay. We okay. Go ahead. You got it.
Yeah, no, don't lose your thought. Like text it or put it in the group. Don't lose your thought. But we ain't leaving yet. They still super chatting. The longer we talk, it's 3 more in here now. They keep.
Oh, my bad. I didn't see that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, they weren't here before.
My bad.
That's what I'm saying. Like we gotta wrap it up. All right, Cornelio says, and this one's for you, Breezy. Oh wait, no. I'm sorry. This one was first. It says it was for you and Mike. So that was. Too. Yes, I love you. Yes, absolutely. We appreciate you, Cornelio. Thank you very much.
I want that shirt though, Mike. Cornelio, I need one of those shirts. Now that shirt is dope too. I can't front. You was different.
His the Avi you talking about? Okay.
Yeah, that shirt is dope.
Yeah. If you ain't a 49er fan, this is for you, and that's what the shirt is. I just found it like hard to figure out where to wear because my mom's side of the family, all of them, uber religious. Religious. I'm talking. We weren't allowed to play Monopoly because it involved dollar bills and dice. Like that's gambling in my family. Like they wouldn't allow. We had to play Life. You ever play Life?
I love Life though.
You got to spin the thing,
spin the wheel. I'm on my way.
No dice. There was no cash.
There's cash. There's cash in Life. Life you had.
Oh yeah, but it didn't have any dice. That's what it was.
Man, Life was dope. Man, Life had freaking life insurance and death insurance and. Life was the shit, and you got peoples. You got a car, bro. You chill. I like Life better than Monopoly.
The more kids you had, you put the little pegs in the back of the car and shit like that. Kids. Like no, bro. Monopoly.
Pig and Blues.
I got this Monopoly game that's bigger than the Rice Krispie treat I showed y'all on the other show. Like this Monopoly game I got is insane. Like when y'all want to play Monopoly, come holler at your boy. I have a Monopoly game that will blow your mind, like blow your mind completely. All right, so. Let me backtrack. It was for you and Mike. This next one here says I got it still, and this was for you, Breezy. I love you, man. I'm gonna fix it for him. I love you, man. That was for you, Breezy.
So you're Grammarly. That's what's up.
All right. Now you got to read this one here. Cornelius. That, by the way, Cornelio with the trifecta. That's 3 in a row. First time all year long. We've had 3 super chats in a row.
That's what's
in
up.
a row from one person. Cornelio,
he gets the
bro, I don't know if you have a significant other. I don't want her yelling at us when she see the bill. So just all right. Go ahead, Wayne. This one's for you, man.
Breezy, man, I'm Mexican. Sometimes I misspell things, but man, I love you, man. You're the best. And I mean that with all my heart. Did I get on Cornelio? I thought I got on. Thank you, Cornelio. Hey, listen, Cornelio, I use Grammarly, so I get my shit spell checked, subject checked.
Oh, you be cheating. You be cheating.
Nah,
I just do it.
No, I make sure I ain't got time to be sitting there proofreading and editing while I'm writing. I just write and then let it edit. And then if it gives me suggestions, then I got to go back and make some changes. I ain't got time for that shit.
There's different ways to read. There's different ways to read papers and things, depending on what you're editing for. If you're editing just for spelling errors, believe it or not, the best way to read a paper is backwards because the sentences don't make sense. You are looking at the word individually. Where if I write down I love you and I put I space LVOE space YOU, your brain's going to tell you that love is spelled correctly if you're reading it forward because you are assuming what that sentence says. I know it sounds crazy, but there's a way to read certain things depending on what you're checking for. If it's punctuation and grammar, there's a certain way to read it, like certain amount of words at a time and things like that. It's weird. I've done it. I like if anybody out there has any idea what I'm talking about, I'm sure they'll write it in there. But we got to keep this thing going.
Good job with Grammarly, bro, because I just paid him to do it. All right, go ahead.
I used to. Well, never mind. All right, we got. Here's another super chat here, Cornelio. When again. All right, so Bailey, is this one on me or you? He says. Been watching you guys before 2019. In my opinion, this is the best fan-based content creators in Facebook.
Hands down.
Football. Yeah, football. That's what it is, not Facebook.
You got that.
God bless you guys. Best is yet to come, Breezy. Come on, man. Look at that people fucking rallying to uplift you, bro. This is beautiful. I love this shit, man. I love this, bro.
We're at 2. Yeah, let's go. Let's go, Mike. The show is at 266 likes, bro. That's what I'm talking about.
Man, come on, man.
Great show, man.
Uplifting, man. Thank y'all. Help me help him.
Thank you.
My man had to take a time out to blot his eyes, bro. Like my man was going through Wayne, bro. We got you, bro. We got your back, man. It's not just me. When I say we, I'm speaking of Mike and Nothing But Niners, but Nothing But Niners is the 12,000 plus of them.
I see.
We got you, bro.
I see.
All right. Let me shut up. This is the last one for the night. Take it away, man.
This one on me, Cornelio. I think the coach messed up. Call power. What we can have with all this power. Like they got to start. What's going on? You got big guys up there in the front, and you don't utilize them because you want to roll out to the left, or you want to do this, bro. I'm telling you, Kyle, man. Listen, you know what the issue with Kyle Shanahan is? He ain't got nobody to check and keep his ass in balance. That's the issue. That's why we struggling. There's no checks and balances. You know what I'm saying? Listen, if I was Mike Shanahan, I'll go down them steps and be like, listen, son, you fucking up. I ain't going to overstep your boundaries.
Right.
But I want you to succeed, son.
The problem is Kyle's word is law. That's it.
I think the only person that could get through to him is his dad, bro. But he won't let his dad do it. Or his dad won't cross that boundary.
Yeah. Yep. Nobody wants to because Jed loves him and trusts him that much. That's why all of Kyle's hires, every single one of them, is a familiarity hire.
And somebody that's inferior to him, too. Did you notice that?
Huh?
Somebody that's inferior to him, that's below him in a way.
Yes. That's what, like, bro, Anthony Lynn was the closest to a challenge to that, a former head coach.
And he nipped that
Anthony Lynn is the only. Anthony Lynn is the only former head coach on the entire 49ers roster since Kyle Shanahan has been here. That's crazy. Do you know how many former head coaches get positions back as coordinators or back as position groups?
I know.
Not here. Mose mentioned that earlier, and I was going to touch on it. Like he said, Kyle needs to hire more people that he trusts. No, Kyle needs to hire more people that are going to challenge him. The people he trusts are the people he's familiar with, and he knows that they answer to him.
And that's
Kyle
why
needs good.
That's why Kyle isn't getting any better.
Exactly.
There's
And
nobody here to challenge him.
That's all I got, man. And this ain't a bash Kyle thing, because like I said, I'm not judging him until I see him with a full season with Trey Lance. I don't care what y'all say. I'm not ready to throw in the towel on Kyle.
Oh yeah. This is not us saying I want Kyle fired, but damn, I'm gonna. He needs to be checked. It is what it is. If I'm out of place and I'm doing stuff that it just ain't working, I'm hoping somebody got the courage and balls to sit there and check me too, because I want it to work. You know what it is? I want to be successful so that everyone that surrounds me is successful. But how can I be successful if no one's out here trying to challenge me or making sure I'm critiquing getting better?
If I'm constantly failing them, how can I? Come on, man.
And that's what it is. That's all it is, bro.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. All right, guys. That's going to do it for us tonight, man. We want to thank you all for rocking out with us. We appreciate you guys. You guys have been absolute rock stars tonight. One of the longest overreaction shows we've had all year long. The biggest contribution in Super Chat we've had all year long. And the first time we had 3 back-to-back Super Chats, plus the number of likes. This might even be our most liked show live all year long. Shout out to the panel that came in here. Everybody was great, man. My guy Kenny, Jaguayo, 49ers Media, Rohan was in here, Mose was in here. I mean, damn, bro, we were deep as funk in here, man. I really, really appreciate everybody that was in here. And last but not least, my guy Wayne Breezy holding me down, man. My man's going through some stuff, but we have his back. You know what I'm saying? Happy belated birthday to Taryn Lewis over there, TL, my guy, man. You guys can check him out on 49 Faithful Lee. They're out here on YouTube as well. Find us on Twitter. Find us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, all that. We're coming back right to you soon. I promise you guys, really, really soon. All right? The 70s party was great. You know what the best part of the 70s party was?
What?
Seeing my mom out there really enjoying. My mom had on platform shoes. She was dressed like a big-ass disco ball. She had a cape like she was James Brown. And every time a song came on, she was singing her little heart out, bro. I haven't seen my mom have this much fun in a really, really long time. You know why? Because she's always in mom mode. But today, she really, really got a chance to chill. Man, look at this. Let me show y'all this picture, man. I'm going to hold it up to the camera. That's me, mom, and wifey. Like, look, what the hell is my mom wearing, bro? What is she?
She looks like the player from the Himalayas.
Bro, I thought she had goldfish in her platform.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what you should have wore, Huggy Bear.
Yeah, man. Like Mom Dukes was really, really chilling. And you got to see her. Look, hold on. Let me find a picture of her outside of her. She had light up earrings. That's her and my other aunt. That's her older sister right there.
That's been the funk. Oh, y'all had the Soul Train backdrop. I love it.
Come on, bro. It was a 70s Soul Train party, bro. We was out there doing that thing,
you
man.
You should dress like Rerun and Raj, man. I mean, from what's
happening. I wasn't gonna go to this. I RSVP for my wife to go. I was gonna cover the Niners. Then we got embarrassed by the Falcons. I'm like, fuck that, I'm not going. Then my mom came over here last week on Sunday and was like, no, you going. She added me as her +1. So I had to buy this whole get up. Bro, I one more picture I'm gonna show y'all. My mom took it. I'm gonna zoom in. This ain't me trying to show off my butt, but my mom took a candid picture. All right. Look at how tight these damn pants are I'm wearing, bro. I don't wear shit like this. Look at
damn. Mike, you can't show that, bro.
A belt.
Take that junk off the air.
Look at the bell bottoms, bro. Like that was mom's caught the picture of me out there with the tight ass, bro. My youngest daughter, you know, kids, what they say, out of the mouth of babes, right? Like, listen to this. So I come out the room. My daughter comes downstairs. She sees me for the first time with this crazy shit on, and I swear to God, that's what she said to me. Daddy, why you got mommy pants on? I knew at that moment I'm never wearing these shits again, bro. I'm never wearing these
tags on them joints so you can take them back.
Huh?
Did you leave the tags on?
I'm not that guy. I'll donate them before I return them because they serve their purpose for me. But they stretchy pants, but I am not built for stuff that is fitted. like on my legs, on my thighs, on my crotch. Nah, man. This ain't for me. This ain't for me. But yeah, man, we had a really, really good time. Shout out to everybody who joined us tonight. I really appreciate you guys. No, Chris, that is not how people are dressing now. It was a 70s throwback party, and we had a hell of a time, man. We had a hell of a time. The Soul Train lines was dope. The food was good and everything. Good times, good laughs, better people. That's all you can ask for. And then we continued the party right here on Nothing But Niners after I got home. Shout out to everybody who joined. I truly, truly appreciate you all. Wayne, hold your head. We got you, bro. We're going to get to the next level, man. Let's go home, man. Prepare for glory.
Anticipate pain.
But always
keep wearing them bell bottoms, y'all, and remain faithful.
We all gas, no brakes, pumped up, no fakes. We spinning, we winning, we high stakes. We never miss, we all makes. Look at us dudes trying to prove, bringing you news with nothing to lose. Mike, Nick, Tony, Wayne, Method Man, we bring the pain. Hey, see, I'ma confess it. We under the pressure. If you looking to find us, we them nothing but Niners.